Bow 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 bow. Bow 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 bow. Ladies and gentlemen, the greatest poker live stream is back on the air as Doug Polk and Daniel Negreanu, the boys, are back in town. They are battling 200, 400, high stakes, heads up, no limit, hold'em, showdown, heads up for Souls. Currently, Doug Polk winning $814,000 after 10,000 hands. The boys are back. It's Christmas week. You're here with Joe Ingram1, a.k.a. Chicago Joey. And listen, I am fired up. I'm excited. I've been playing more heads up, no limit, hold'em in the past week than I have in my 12-year poker career. And listen, I'm ready to give it to you, some of you people out there. I could beat most of you guys right now after the study I've been doing, guys. So I'm ready for some of these hands. Let's get back into it. We already got Mr. Truck Driver, Mr. Doug Polk. We got some things to talk about, guys. We got some tweets to go over. I asked a question yesterday on my Twitter. I said, give me like what would a good Netflix style poker show? What should that be? Right, like a Queen's Gambit. What could that be for poker? And we got a lot of good suggestions. I want to talk more about that as well. Landon was going to come by, but I don't know. There's some sort of coronavirus scare something going on. I don't fucking know what the kid's up to, right? But you know, these 21-year-old kids, they can't make it sometimes. So Landon's not here. And but listen, we got heads up, no one hold 'em. Doug Polk versus Dan Negreanu. Coke Can Dan versus the supreme leader, Douglas K. Polk. Just celebrated a birthday. Happy birthday to Doug Polk. Happy birthday. Merry Christmas to everybody out there. My people, I've been waiting for you guys. It's been an on-line weekend. Listen, I'm just going to be straight with y'all, all right? You know, I didn't have my water by my side the entire weekend. I was in Vegas. I live in G2 headquarters, Las Vegas, right? I venture around sometimes. Sometimes I end up in places. You know what? Listen, guys, it is what it is. All right, we did a photo shoot last week. Me, Landon, did one with our girl Haley. Works for Run Good. It's been a fun week. Left-hand side. Nice value bet on the river from Doug, but no good. Cocaine Dan calls down with that two pair. As you guys know, Gorilla Gaming. Shout out to Gorilla Gaming. I don't think Gorilla Gaming is actually our sponsor anymore, but I just kept the logo up there for right now until me and Glenn figure something out. Shout out to my man Glenn from Gorilla Gaming. Everybody in the chat's fired up. What's up, guys? What's happening, man? Very, very beautiful to see y'all, man. And listen, man, I'm ready to watch this, ready to get in some action. I know you guys are choosing to join the Big Poppy here in at GTO headquarters watching this beautiful match. So it's happy to have you guys here. Let's see what goes on. If you guys got any comments, leave them in the chat below. And that's it, man. I don't know. I'm ready to play some fucking action, guys. Let me lock the fucking, okay? Let me get after it today, boys. Let me get some smoke, man. Let me get that beat. Let me get that big pot energy. Can we get something going on here, guys? I ain't seen my graphics in about a week. Let me see. The energy builds up. Look at that. Look at that beautiful energy. That big pot energy. I don't feel it, though, so I'm turning it off. Here we got a bunch of single race pots. Guys, listen. I'm just telling you, man. I'm learning heads up, no limit, hold 'em. To be fair, though, honestly, the single race pots are pretty easy. So it's the 3-bet pots where the champions are made. So I'm still working at those. Left-hand side, Doug Polk checks back flop. Bets the turn on the 5. See what Daniel decides to do. Right-hand side, river bet from Dean Eggs. I'm predicting he's got 6-7 if Doug calls. It's either 6-7 or Jack 5. Queen 5. Fuck me. I was close. Listen, I'm close, man. I'm telling you guys, listen. I'm just feeling it today, boys, all right? I'm feeling it, and it's going to be excited. I'm feeling it. It's going to be excited. So Doug going with that 9-10 raise. You guys can see that. If you're just tuning in, you've been under a rock, welcome back. I've been covering this challenge now for about maybe the last 14 videos. I was going to make some edited videos last week, but my life fell off a little bit off the rails, guys, so it was what it was. And we got some great videos coming up here in the near future, edited videos. Been working on my Chance Corneth mini documentary. I got a video of the challenge so far, Doug Polk versus Dan Negreanu recap challenge I got coming up as well, too. And yeah, welcome back, guys. Hello, Chris Kamen. Welcome back. How am I feeling, brother? I feel great. It's good to be back, guys. I mean, really, it's good to be hanging out with y'all, talking a little bit of poker. Looks like we're seeing a little bit of passive play today, guys. A couple checkbacks on these flops. Nothing to see so far. The boys are coming back from the little break they had. They've been playing 10,000 hands. Doug had a birthday. Daniel played the main event. And now they're battling, so we're going to see who comes back sharper. Jay Rubio, what up, Poppy? My man Andrew and Too Deep, what up, Poppy? My man Wayne Chiang, my guy, what up, Big Poppy? What's happening? Right-hand side, Doug shows down the 10-7. Doesn't value bet that river small. Makes sense. So we're seeing Daniel, left-hand side, is going to lead that river, that 2/3 pot lead. Backdoor flush gets there. 9 makes 3 9s. Could Daniel have? Maybe he's got a hand like an ace deuce. Maybe he's got like a 9/8. Or maybe he's just got a whole bunch of nothing. What would he be bluffing with? Maybe like a 3/4. But nothing to see. Nothing eventful, man. Steve Suzuma says, Joey, you're looking and sounding better. Hey, Papi Chulo. I was kind of enjoying my deep voice, guys. My sick voice. It was just like talking more like this. So I kind of like this voice a little bit more than this kind of voice. So left-hand side 3-bet by Doug. Mr. Truck Driver. Backing up that truck. I ain't seen that. Where the grill at? There he is. Okay. All right. I ain't seen him in a while. Back up that truck, Doug. Here we go. D-Neg's in the tank. He's going to call. Flop comes down. King Jack 7. You guys know nothing ever happens in a 3-bet pot on these damn king high boards. Let's see how the truck driver Doug Polk is going to do it here. This is where these decisions, guys, in my study, tough. These 3-bet pots, they're so different than when you're studying, and kind of like the way that you think about frequencies from my understanding so far is in single race pots and 3-bet pots, it's like a completely different world in terms of ranges and bet size options and kind of how people are thinking about them. So you know what I'm saying? It's a little overwhelming, guys. All right, I'll tell you that right now. But listen, we're about a week in. I played about 1,800 hands against this little program, man. I'm taking this motherfucker down. I'm telling you that right now. I'm coming for these bots. Left-hand side. Doug's going to check it. Right-hand side. Bet on the turn from Doug. 9, 9, 10, 10. Going to put Daniel in a tough spot. He's got a hand like queen high. He's probably going to lay it down. Maybe the guy's got the full house. What do you got, Dan? He does got nothing. He'll do nothing. I'm telling you right now. Left-hand side. Board runs out with the straight. You guys know, always scared of that 10. That comes ace, king, jack, queen. You got like ace 8. You know these donks. They're always in there with a bunch of 10s. Let's see what Doug. Is Doug going to make a small bet here? No, he's going to check it again. Maybe Doug has a hand. Like a 1-pair hand. Maybe like a jack 9 suited. The guy loves 3-betting. See if Daniel's going to do. Is he going to represent that 10 maybe? Nope, he doesn't. Jack 6 suited for Daniel. Takes down that pot. So 3-bet pot. Pocket 9's not the best board for Mr. Doug. He decides to check it all 3 straights down. And listen, anytime you got 9s on the ace, king, jack, queen board, you're not loving it. I'll tell you that right now. Okay. Here we go. Right-hand side. Check call by Doug Polk. Turn. Flush gets there. Jack 10, 5, 6. Let's see if Daniel continues the story. Might go with a little, we have not. Interesting. I have not seen this size from Dan Negreanu yet. Interesting. I have not seen my man whip out the 2,000 bet on the $4,800. I have not seen this yet. Interesting. See what he goes with here in the river. He has it on like a 10. Oh, wow. Look at that river. 3 5s for Doug Polk. $87 pot. Goes the Supreme Leader's way. Let's say I wonder if Dan would bet the 10. Probably not. He'd probably bet a 10 on the turn. Check back the river. Maybe. Maybe not, though. Maybe a 8-10. He might bet the river. Week 2 pair. You never know. Big pot energy. We got some celebrations in here. We got snow, Christmas time in the city. Happy to be here, guys. Christmas. We are deciding if when we're gonna go back home because the boys got a match on the 23rd. I'm supposed to go back home to Chicago on the 23rd. I want to be stream hanging out with y'all, so I'm trying to figure out what I'm gonna do with that. Might push that flight back a little bit. Right hand side, Daniel going with the 1/3 pot on the Jack 6-6. See what Doug does. Maybe he's going to check raise. Maybe like a 5-8 of spades. He does check raise. Pretty small, right? What's he going to be check raising here, guys? Some of the 6s, but he also going to be calling those 6s at a pretty high frequency. And probably mixing in hands that have those backdoor draws, like a 9-10 of hearts, 9-10 of spades, 5-8 of spades. Well, 5-8 of spades, listen. 5-8 of spades, you check raise, the turn's to 7. You're pretty happy. You're going to be betting. So Daniel, he bets, he calls. What's Daniel going to have? Maybe like an ace high. Could have a 6 as well, too. Could have a jack. Probably not re-raising a ton unless his opponent starts check raising him a ton here. And then he starts to get out of line. And, they start going back and forth. That's what makes these heads-up battles fun, man. This is where the champions are made. So Doug goes real small bet, 1,600. Daniel calls. River is the deuce. Got the catch jam in the house. Let's see what happens here. So if Doug has a jack, would he bet it for value? Would he be check raising a lot of his jacks? I don't think so. He does check. He says he's got a bunch of bullshit. Or he's got the ace-6, so trip 6s for Doug. So Doug playing that one a little bit sneaky. Left-hand side, check back flop. Doug's going to lead it. Queen, queen, 3, turn 7 diamonds. And Daniel calls rivers at 8. Flush draw misses. See what Doug might do here. Doug could have a hand like queen 8. People think he got queen 8. I think he's got queen 8. Hard to have a full house. So Doug is going to bet the river 3,100. Would he bet a 7 here? I don't think so. So he's basically saying I got a queen, or maybe I got a lucky 8. Maybe like a king 8. Is he going to bet king 8 on the turn? I don't think so, actually. Maybe bet king 8. 5-8. 5-8. There we go. 5-8 with the flush draw. Very nice value bet there by Doug Polk, supreme leader. Daniel may have looked him up with even like an ace high type hand when the flush draw misses. Because in that situation, if Doug bets turn, that bets river, he's probably not betting the river with a 7, so he'd have to have a queen or an 8. So I can see Daniel wanting to look him up a little bit later there than normal. Right-hand side 3-bet by Doug. Left-hand side 3-bet by Daniel. The boys are picking up some steam a little bit. Guys, can we get some steam? Here we go. 4-bet alert. Is this it? Nope, wrong one. Here we go, guys. 10.9K from Doug Polk. Daniel might be a little bit tilting. Let's see what happens here. All in. He shoves. He folds. Just like that. Daniel Negreanu comes in there, takes down a little bit of money. I got a 4-bet. He can't even get it. No. Yeah, he can't get a full one out of that one. Shoves it all in, Doug. So Daniel, maybe he's not tilting there. Get him a little bit of fire. Just throw him a little something, kind of get his palate wet there. Got a couple of donations in the chat. Let me see what we got here, guys. We got a couple of donations out there. Let me get my truck one up. Stephen Bays with the $9.99. He says, good week here at the store. Get out of line with this 10. My man, Steven. What's up, buddy? We got our regular Motley investor. Merry Christmas from your favorite cryptocurrency, Hex. Hope everyone's doing well. We do not endorse Hex. Please do not use it, but we do support you. It feels like I'm running like a sweatshop when Hex comes in here and they advertise. I feel like I'm running like one of those like cheap labor shops in Asia where the workers make 64 cents per hour to put together these iPhones, and then in the supply chain they sort of go up the chain, and I feel like I'm on that supply chain by supporting Hex. I feel like I'm supporting those 74 cents workers. Are they happy workers though? Right? I mean, maybe that's a lot of money there. I don't know. Are they treating them right? Is that right? I don't know. That's another story for another time. Let's get back into the fucking action, all right? Macy J says, unwatchable with the horn. What do you, bro? The horn. It's this guy's issue with the horn. The horn, we can turn down the horn a little bit, though. The horn is kind of loud. So people say Hex is such a scam. Listen, I don't even know what the hell Hex means. So you guys got to understand that I'll be putting 0 of my money in Hex, and I advise all of you to put 0 of your money in Hex, too. So let's get it right-hand side. C-bet from Daniel Negreanu. Check call by Doug Polk. Turns a 9. Steven Rick, can we stick to poker, please? Absolutely not, Steven. This is the poker life stream, right? Sometimes we get out of line. Right-hand side pot by Daniel. Very interesting size by Daniel. I imagine he's probably more weighted to have an ace there. But Doug does lay it down. Very tough spot for Doug to keep continuing without... look at this chat, man. This guy says, can I swear less? The guy says, can I not put the horn on? The other guy's saying some other kind of bullshit like that. Right-hand side, Daniel, 3 bets. See what Doug decides to do. Haven't seen Daniel 3-bet a ton so far. A little bit more passive, but he's definitely whipping out a few new bet sizes to pay attention to. 4-bet alert once again from Doug Polk here. 10.9K. Is Daniel going to shove in once again? Let's see. Daniel, is he feeling a little bit frisky? He just calls. Here we go. 7-6-4. 2 hearts. Daniel could have a hand like a 7-8. Maybe pocket 7s, pocket 6s. Pocket 4s as well, too. Truck with Doug Polk's face on it. Looking to back up. He's trying to get to that $1 million profit mark today, guys. Let's see if Doug goes with the small bet. Pot's $21,900. Thank you, Dave Kelly. All in by Doug. He says he got a flush draw. Daniel calls 5-6. King 3. King 3. The fuck is this guy doing? King 3. Bro, people bet money on you, don't it? Bro, what is this guy doing? King 3. What is this? What's going on here? All in? Shove? King 3? I don't care what the programs say. I don't care. Daniel with the 5-6 owns the guy. Now he 4-bets the guy. Can't believe this guy's my King 3. What's going on here? 4-bet from Daniel. Lock in, boys. King 3. What is going on? What a disrespect. That's disrespect. What a Daniel takes it down. Negreanu. Foot on the gas today. I mean, listen. When you got the 5-6 and your opponent shows you the King 3. Ay, papi. I mean, listen, you know, my guy, but King 3, you know, the shove. I mean, the King and the 3. And pull up the replayer here. Sponsored by Pepsi. Don't drink Pepsi. We don't endorse them. But, guys, what happened here? Can we go back and see this flop? Maybe I missaw this. Hold on a second. King 3 raise. King 3 4-bet. It makes sense. I mean, King 3, maybe a low frequency. You know what I'm... King 3, flop comes down 4-7-6. Does anyone see a king or a 3 on the board? I don't see a king and a 3. So, check it. Overbet all in. I mean, you know, even if it is right, you know, I don't care. Sometimes right's not right. Call. Whatever, 80,000 pot goes the next way, just like that with a King 3. Replay of the day, sponsored by, of course, nobody. But that's it, yeah, okay. Motley Investor with the 20 donation says, just code making you trustless. I don't know what the fuck this guy even said, honestly, but we're going to give him a horn honk for that. I can't attempt to read that one. 10 euro from Anthony. Big ups for the stream. Can we put bets on you versus the Gorilla? I think you may take him down one day. Listen, my goal is to take down this absolute gorilla right there. We got to give Daniel a rocket too. Oh, close. Guys, you guys gotta tell me what happened with that hand, the King 3. I mean, you know, ain't a king or a 3 out there, buddy. You know what I mean? Like a backdoor diamond. You know, that seems like a hand you'd see at like the 1 cent, 2 cent table, and the guy does that, and you're like, I'm never quoting this guy again. He just shoved along King 3. So. Whatever, man. Left-hand side, C-bet and a call. 2/3 on the turn. I like that. King, 8-9. Puts a lot of pressure on those draws. Maybe a hand like Queen 10. Gonna have to fold here. 6-7. Have to lay it down. But Doug's gonna call. River is the deuce of diamonds. So flushes get there on the river. The straight draws do miss. King 5. I mean, this guy loves his kings, doesn't he? Nice little $7,100 pot with the trip kings. I like that. Right-hand side, C-bet and a call by Daniel. Turns at 10. Flush draw misses. Straight misses. See what Doug's going to decide to do here. Lonnie says, will Vegas Asian chick be sponsoring anytime soon? She might. I mean, listen, you never know. We might get her as a sponsor for a replayer. We are looking to expand our advertisers here, our partners, even though we are looking for really, you know, high-quality partners and people with really nice products and... those are sort of the products I'm looking for. But, you know, if you got an OnlyFans page, I mean, listen, man, I'm willing to compromise. Right-hand side, a pot bet and a call. Flush gets there on the river. What's Daniel got? Maybe like A6. He's could have flush draw, 7-8, 6-4. Let's see if Doug decides. I mean, I don't know. Doug bets in here. I don't believe it. Maybe King 10. What would he do with King 10? He does go for a bet. 2/3 pot. Would he bet King 10? I think he'd bet King 10, right? Got to bet King 10, right? What are we talking about here? He's got the king and the 10. Daniel, if he's got a flush in his hands, what's he going to do? He's probably going to be check raising all in. So Doug attempting to back up just a little bit of truck here. 8.5K. Daniel's in a tank. He's going to call him that 6, guys. I mean, it's a 6, basically a 10 in this situation. So if you got 10, I mean, I don't know what 10s you could really have. Maybe 10-7. 10-7. Yes, call. 5-10 for Doug Polk, the supreme leader. Turns the 2 pair. Bets big on the river. $30,000 pot. Goes Mr. Doug Polk's way. And just like that, he gets a little bit of revenge. Left-hand side, big check raise from Doug Polk. Jack 8, 3-3, deuce. Doug saying he's got Jack 3 or something like that. Takes down another pot. So listen, just like that, Doug is putting the pressure on Daniel. And we see, right, Doug is a pressure machine, man. He's a truck driver. He's driving fast. He's ripping through the traffic, and sometimes, listen, sometimes you stumble out of line. Sometimes that truck, that tire blows out because you're just speeding too big with too big a cargo, right? And your King 3 goes to the wayside just like that. It just happens, right? But then other times, as we see Doug do, puts that pressure on Daniel, gives it to him, and the guy likes to fold. It is what it is. Right-hand side, we got an overbet here from Daniel. Could have a lot of hands here. Maybe he's got like a 2 pair. Maybe he's got a flush draw, 5-7, 9-10. Left-hand side, 3-bet pot by Doug. Jack 6-7 rainbow. Let's see how Doug decides to attack this one. Here we go. He goes $3,400. See what Daniel does here. I'm not going to be raising, I don't think, very often here. But if he does, I'll eat my shirt. And by that, I mean I'm not eating my shirt. He's not going to raise her anyway. It's fine. Right-hand side, 3-bet. And a call by Doug Polk. Jack 10 deuce. This is a strange one. Why does he... Why? I mean, come on, dude. Come on. What the fuck is... How is it possible every time I say that? I'm just joking. I'm just joking around. It's a joke bet. Not eating my shirt with my... Not doing it. All right? What is he doing here? What does he rate? What does he say he's got, boys? I don't know what he says he's got here, boys. 10 on the turn. 8-9 gets there. Would Daniel raise? With the 8-9 on the turn? I don't think so. Would he do it with like a Jack 6? Would he do it like an Ace 6? What would he do it with? I don't know. We're going to find out. He checks back. What kind of bullshit's this? River is the 4. The 5-8 gets there. Okay. Let's see what happens. Right-hand side, 3-bet. A check call from Daniel. Doug checks to left. He's got nothing. Or he could have a strong hand still. He might be trying to induce from Daniel. Maybe Daniel's going to decide... What would Daniel have? No, 8-10. So Doug does call with the 8-10. Nice raise by Daniel there. Put pressure on him. Doug hit that lucky 10 on the turn. Daniel did not bet. River checked again. 8-10 gets the showdown. So Daniel does not continue. That's what I'm saying. Raising there, you know what I mean? Well, interesting. Right-hand side, we get a check 3-bet pre-flop. Check call on the flop. I think the turn went check, check. River is a jack. So Daniel could have some straight draws here, like a king, queen, like 8-9. Doug might be looking to bluff here. If he has no showdown, might be at the bottom of his range. One of the worst hands he might have. And he does bet. He says, I got nothing. See what Daniel does. Left-hand side, another 3-bet by Doug Polk. Takes it down. Truck driver looking to make a little deposit. He does call. He's got the king 10. Nice hand by Doug. So just like that, like I said, the pressure mounts up. You call him down in his spot, and just like that, he's got the king 10, right? Nice value bet there from Doug. 3-bet pot. Check call by Daniel on the flop. Daniel, of course, could have a jack there, could have a 10 there, but you have the king 10 there. You got one of the strongest 10s. Daniel is 3-betting a bunch of different kind of 10s, meaning like he's going to 3-bet 10-9 suited, 10-8 suited. I mean, 10-8 offsuit, this guy's crazy, so that means that he's going to have a bit more hands to call down there on the river with. And sometimes he has ace high because a lot of the draws miss as well, too. So it's one of those spots where you're going to be calling, you're going to be losing a decent frequency. Right-hand side, 3-bet. Left-hand side, another little pot brewing here. We got a 999 from Vegas Asian Chicks OnlyFans page. Thanks to your stream, my dad no longer plays King 3. You saved my Christmas this year, Joey. Thank you, Vegas Asian Chick. Thank you. Thank you very much. Nice to see you again. Left-hand side, we're getting a bet here from Daniel. 2,400 on the turn. Flush is there. Doug does call. Doesn't believe it. River is the king. Maybe king, queen. For Doug, let's see what Daniel does here. We know Daniel, not. I mean, you know, maybe doesn't seem to be as big a bluffer as Mr. Doug Polk. But with that said, he's probably gonna bluff in my face here, and Doug's gonna snap him off with a 2 pair. Nope, doesn't do it. Doesn't do it. Checks over to Doug. King deuce of clubs. Okay. Nice hand by Daniel. Does not bet the river there. He did have the king in his hand. I don't know about that check. Interesting check on the river. Interesting check on the river there. And pull that hand up. Replayer sponsored by Vegas Asian Chicks OnlyFans page. Check out, get your subscription to... No, we can't do that. Ay, papi. Look what happens, guys, you know. So let's see here. King deuce. Doesn't bet the river. It's check raised. Okay. King deuce. Clubs. Turns to flush. Small bet. Okay. River. Does he think Doug's going to turn a hand and do a bluff here? Interesting check. I mean, it makes sense, but doesn't work out. Motley Investor with the 100 donation. Merry Christmas, everyone. May the river always be in your favor. Keep up the great streams, Joey. Thank you, buddy. Much love, Motley Investor. Appreciate the support. Appreciate everybody's support out there. Thanks to everyone for tuning in, spending your day here with me, Joey Ingram 1, a.k.a. Chicago Joey, GTO headquarters. I appreciate you guys very much, man. Nowhere else I'd rather be. Watching a little bit of Heads Up Poker, getting better at Heads Up Poker, working on my content, doing some great streaming, talking about the game of poker with y'all out there, man. It's been a lot of fun. It's good to be back, feeling good, feeling healthy, overcoming of that coronavirus. And yeah, man, back in the mix here. TC says, greetings from Lenwood. What's up, TC? What's happening? How's it going? Left-hand side pocket kings for Doug Polk. Value bets it on the queen 6-6 board. Nice bet there from Mr. Doug Polk. GTO, great times only. Yeah, guys, I think there was a main event that happened recently, and I don't know, man. These guys, I'm pretty sure whoever organized the main event was like, hey, how can we market this, like, how can we do the least possible to try to get the word out there of what's happened with the main event, right? And then they said, hey, ESPN, you guys have really bailed us out in the past. So, hey, mind streaming our final table? And now we don't even know if it's going to be a stream. We don't know if it's going to be edited. Like, I mean, what the fuck are these people thinking? I mean, really, what kind of marketing is this for the most prestigious event of the year, the main event? This is how they do it? I mean, I don't even know if they have like a team working on this fucking event. It's just kind of sad to see it. It is what it is. But I mean, so we had the main event happen. I don't even know if I've really seen the final table, what the people are in the final table. I haven't seen much about them. Maybe we get to see something about them. Maybe not. I don't know. But listen, I thought it was real. I thought it'd be challenging to like bring down the prestige in the main event. But listen, these guys figured out a way to do it. So I'm still supporting them. I'm still going to watch. I'm still going to get into it. But like, I don't know what these guys are thinking, honestly, man. It is just fucking baffling sometimes, some of the decisions these guys make, dude. Ay. Right-hand side, check call by Daniel. Turns a 4. I think me by myself could do a better job in my bedroom, right? In like the fucking the studio, right? I guess it is a second room here. Technically, people could sleep in the bedroom too, right? But it is the studio. So what makes the difference between a studio and a bedroom? I don't really know. But we're here and ready to get after it. Right-hand side overbet from Doug takes it down. High stakes poker came back as well too on Poker Go. I think I saw one of the preview hands. I haven't checked out the episode yet. If you guys watched high stakes poker, what'd you guys think? Was it fun? Were the hands good? I know Durr was on there. I know there were some new graphics on there. I know JRB was on there. Shout out to my guy JRB, Jean-Robert Balland. But yeah, let me know. So did you guys watch it? And what do you guys think, man? 3-bet there. Takes it down. Poker Princess with the 999. She says, what was that about OnlyFans advertising? BBW, what's up? Shout out to Poker Princess. Nice to see you. Hello, Poker Princess. Hello. I like my girls. BBW left-hand side. Nice call by Daniel. Takes down the $800 pot. Very nice hand. Right-hand side 3-bet pot once again by Doug. 5-7-4. 2 hearts. See what goes down here. Maybe Doug might go for nope, checks it. 5-7-4 usually going to be a well, that's PLO. Never mind. No limit hold'em. I mean, listen, guys. You know, I'm trying to figure out how the hell I study for heads up no limit hold'em, and I also study for 6-max hold'em, while also remembering how to play pot limit Omaha, because PLO and hold'em are so different that do I actively study both games? Am I just focused? Should I just focus on heads up no limit for right now? And then also because I feel like studying heads up no limit is going to make you a lot better player overall, because you're just very comfortable playing wide ranges. And that means that when you go play these weak players, you can just punish them to death in the weak range battle. So right hand side, pay attention, lock in, 3-bet pot, check flop. Doug bets the turn, rivers the heart. So Doug's going to have some king, queen, king, jack, ace, king. Checks it over to Daniel. Let's see if Daniel decides to do here. He's going to have some missed draws. Could have some backdoor spades. He's going to have to bluff here. Maybe like queen, jack of spades. Could have a king himself as well too. Maybe like king, queen. If he does bet, maybe 3/4. Does go a little bit less than 3/4, a little bit over half pot. 12.8K puts Doug in a lot of tough spots unless he's got the king himself. Daniel certainly could be slow playing a hand. I mean, we had to slow play it twice, but does take it down. Nice pot there. Goes Negreanu's way. Very nice hand. Yeah, Cooper says if you chase 2 rabbits, you catch neither of them. That's true. So maybe I think what I got to do is I need to focus on heads up, Nolan Hold'em, and Nolan Hold'em for maybe like a couple months. So basically, my plan is I wake up, I study every day. So I'm putting in at least 1 hour in the morning right away when I wake up, because normally I'm just fucking around in the morning time anyway. I do my morning routine. And so now I said, okay, let me do my morning routine, which is sort of like this thing we're trying out, which is combining visualization, combining meditation, just combining getting active, moving around right away first thing in the morning. I'm trying it out. We'll see if I like it. We'll see. And I'm working in my study right there when my mind's fresh, trying to be very active in the decisions, trying to think about, okay, why is it deciding to bet this hand? Why is it deciding to check this hand? Why are these the better options? How much value do we lose if we use bigger sizing? If we use smaller sizing? What if I just check back all the time? You know, I'm just trying to basically, I'm just taking a bunch of different lines. I'm seeing what works, seeing how I think about it. Then I have multiple things I can play against, and then I go play also against people too. So I've been practicing against some friends. And so I'm basically combining a few different training methods right now, and I'm using no courses. So I'm using no videos, no courses. I'm only learning by using these training programs and playing against people, which is not the best way to do it, because ideally you want to have in your training course. So you watch your courses, you figure out where you're uncomfortable when you're learning the information. You get more comfortable from that information that you're trying to get better at, whether that's single raise pots, whether that's 3-bet pots, whether that's pressure on certain boards, whether that's just where do I feel like I'm losing money if the money's not tracked, and then where do I feel the most uncomfortable, what's putting me in tough spots, and then how can I maybe figure out how to combat that sort of strategy. So I feel like use a combination. Check racer on the right-hand side. We'll get back to that. Does get called. 9-3 of hearts for Doug Polk. Another $32,000 pot goes his way for the Supreme Leader. Very nice hand there by Doug Polk. Always a good thing when you get to check raise the river with the flush. But yeah, so basically in my thinking, I'm saying, okay, well, like, you got single race pots, you got 3-bet pots, you got 4-bet pots. So I'm starting out hardcore single race pots, in position, out of position, and really trying to, and basically one big thing you understand is that in single race pots in position, it doesn't often matter the decisions that you make, and it's very rare that you come across a very, very poor decision that you can make on the flop, which kind of makes things interesting in some ways when you're learning, because you start to realize, well, maybe I don't need to obsess over how I break down my frequencies with some of these hands on these textures. Whereas maybe you want to learn how to play top of your range and middle of your value range, and then you want to sort of say, okay, well, maybe like my DS, my worst hands here, I don't need to necessarily stress about, all right, check-in versus bet-in here, because a lot on some board textures, your weakest hands, maybe they're just right. It's kind of like, maybe your weakest hands are hands that you might bet once and then give up often on a lot of different turns. So it's kind of easy to remember how to play that clumping of hands on certain textures, if that makes sense. So it's fun, man. I don't know. I'm kind of fired up. If you guys couldn't tell, I'm excited. I'm talking fucking Hold'em strategy. I mean, listen, guys, you guys know me. I'm Pop-Man Omaha guy, and I'm getting fired up about Hold'em. And I started learning some 6-max cash game. I'm just saying, I'm ready to take it to the streets and battle against some people. So left-hand side overbet on the jack. We see this often. Queen, jack, 5-4. Ba-ba-bam, ba-ba-bam, ba-ba-bam. See what Daniel does here. My man Spraggy in the chat. What up, Spraggy? What's happening, buddy? I saw Spraggy's been doing a lot of work on YouTube as well too. Always streams on Twitch. If you guys are on Twitch, you gotta check him out. Over from the UK, he's got a poker girlfriend, right? Him and Marley getting after it. You guys love the poker couples, man. I remember when I used to have poker girlfriend Sprags. Those were the days. You got guys sliding in the DMs, being all fucking weird. Right-hand side. Hero call from Daniel on the river. 14.4K. Catches Mr. Doug Polk speeding a little bit. Fires a nice hand by him. Not a massive pot. Not a massive. Yeah, not scary. Holy shit. No. Nope. Vegas Asian chick is here. She's here. Don't kill her. No. Nathan with the 5 donation. Thank you, Nathan. Enjoying all the streams from Chicago. Best poker coverage all year. Thanks for doing it. Stay hydrated. Be healthy in 2021. I'll drink some water to that, buddy. Stay hydrated. Amen. Amen. It was not a hydrated weekend for me, guys. Listen, it was bad. I was walking around the strip. Getting a lot. I mean, I'm looking for inspiration, right? I'm trying to find some inspiration, but you know. It is what it is. It is what it is. It is what it is. Ay, ay, ay. I'm basically stopping myself from saying what I wanted to say. So certain people get triggered when I bring up why I may have been adventuring around town in Autoland fashion. Right-hand side, check back. Here for Mr. Doug. Who we got in the chat today, guys? Let me check a look what we got out there, man. Ben Sprague said he's playing Heads Up Nolan Holm right now, inspired by this great stream. Listen, guys, if you are a Heads Up Nolan Holm player like me now, this is really good for you because a lot of people out there are going to want to start playing Hold'em, and I think there's going to be a lot more action. I think there's going to be more challenges. I think this is the start of something that is going to go on for quite a long time. So you guys better learn your Heads Up Nolan Hold'em now before it's too late. Take advantage of the noobs that are coming in. Right-hand side, backdoor, or no, 2-pair for Doug on the river. Did not get a bet. Left-hand side, Daniel with the 3-bet. Does call. 10-9-6. Ronnie Rutrose says, Joey, how are you not working angles for Veronica B? I mean fire. Veronica Brill? Wouldn't that be something? Me and Veronica dating? After all the puzzle stuff? Guys, can you fucking... that just sounds out of line, okay? Come on. I could see Veronica and maybe Landon, you know, the kid Landon, a little older lady. I could see Veronica and Landon, you know what I'm saying? I mean, listen, I don't know. Maybe a cute couple, right? She's got the whole, like, teaching vibe kind of going on to Landon, the kid. I don't know. I'm just saying. I can see it, boys. Left-hand side, 3-bet. And a call. Ace, Queen, Jack. Expect Doug to bet here. Coffee Cornlot says, Joey, your biggest fan. Thank you, Poppy. Much love to you, buddy. Doug does bet half pot. 4,100, ace, queen, jack, 2 clubs. Let's see how Daniel does it. He's got a jack. He's got to probably lay it down here, but he might get a little frisky with that 3rd pair. He's not going to... if he raises here, I'm going to England, and I'm staying with Spraggy for a month. Okay, he didn't. Turns a king, or turns a 10, rather, so king makes a straight. 2 flush draws out there. What's Daniel going to have there, guys? Maybe like ace 4, right? He's going to have some weak aces. Maybe 4 bets a lot, so he probably doesn't have ace queen. Does he have ace jack? I don't know. Ace 10, but Doug does check it. Puts Doug. Doug's got his sets, his 2 pairs. He's not loving this turn. Never a good turn when you got ace jack here, and this comes to, and then the guy bents, and then you just check call. River, he checks back, and yeah, that's Hold'em. So Daniel bets 5,400. Very interesting here. Put a lot of pressure on Doug with some of the hands he floated with. Well, listen, that's the river. I mean, you open jam, and you just open jam here, right? Then this is it. All in. He's all in. He does call. Ace queen versus ace 7. So there you guys see it. The weak ace for Daniel. Doug with that ace queen. It makes sense, right? River, not a good story. Of course, he checks back. You showed on your 2 pair, and you're like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? So Daniel bets there. Maybe he's trying to get value from some flush draws that Doug might have. Makes sense. He is going to 3-bet. Once again, left-hand side, so action picks back up fast and furious kind of going on here. See if Doug's going to 4-bet. Nope, he just calls. 10-10-8 board. Got a rainbow here, so the boys are battling today. Daniel and Doug going back and forth. No one with a real big lead so far yet. Daniel's going to check it. See what Doug decides to do here. Maybe go a little small bet. 10-10-8. Is this a board you bet small on? Why not? He does check it back. Turn is a 7. Let's see what Daniel does here. 8, 10, 10, 7. 3-bet pot. So smoke bills up a little bit here. GTO headquarters. Big pot energy. Daniel checks it over again to Doug. Doug certainly could bet turn, bet river, put a lot of pressure on him. What is with these Trump guys? What the fuck are you guys talking about? All right? The whole Trump 2024 in the chat. Listen, let's calm down, guys. All right? Energy's building up. Big pot energy. No, this isn't going to be a big energy, is it? I mean, you never know. Doug. What's he going to do? Or Daniel, what's Daniel? Is Daniel going to bet the river? I don't think so. No, he checks it. Can Doug represent a 9 here? 10, 10, 8, 7, 6. 3-bet pot. Check down to the river. Will Doug try to represent that? Maybe value bets a hand like a 8? Could do that. Doug's in the tank. He does bet pot. Interesting. Huh. Calls. Queen Jack. Makes sense. Makes sense. Doug went for it there. Went for the pot size bet. I mean, listen, if Daniel doesn't have a straight there, can he call? If he's got the 10, can he call? He does have it. So it makes sense. Check down. Here we go. 9-7 for Daniel. So he turns the pair with the open straight draw. Plays it passive. River, I mean, Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Doug pots it into you. $8,000. So very nicely in there by Mr. Daniel Negreanu. Very nice hand. And yeah, little rocket. Little rocket. Fires more rocket at him. Nice hand there by Daniel. Well played by him. Ernesta says, Doug said he expects to win $1.4 million in this challenge. Do you think that'll happen? I do not think that Doug Polk will win $1.4 million in this challenge. I think that I don't know. Daniel's put up a fight today, guys. I think Daniel has some fight in him. I think he's got some sauce in him. And right-hand side, value bet there by Daniel. I don't know, man. I think if it gets there, it won't be soon, right? I feel like we got a Daniel comeback here, right? I do think Doug is going to ultimately end up winning this match heftily, but I just feel like Daniel's got some pizzazz in him here, man. Something's telling me that the guy's going to make a little comeback here. So let's see what goes on. 3-bet right-hand side from Doug. Left-hand side, $7,000 pot. Nice hand there. The ace-8. Very nice hand by him. What are these people talking about there? Stefan says, a douchey move to jam on the ace, king, queen, jack, 10 board. You are basically hoping for a disconnect or misclick by your opponent. The sportsman thing would be to check back. Never thought about it. It makes sense. So basically he's saying if the board is 10, jack, queen, king, ace, and both players chop automatically, then it's douchey to shove all in there. I don't know. It's pretty questionable, but it's interesting take. Let's see what the chat's saying right now. Have they decided if they will stop at 12.5K hands or not? Philosophy's Purpose asks. They have not decided. I'm pretty sure that that Daniel's going to keep playing, but we're going to find out. Nothing's been decided yet that I know for sure, but I just imagine that he's going to keep playing. I think he may have mentioned he's going to keep playing too. So, right-hand side, chop it up. Nothing to see there from the boys. Left-hand side, Doug's going to bet small on the river. Does get called. Shows down the queen. Nice value bet there. Queen 7 for the second pair. Takes down a nice pot. A little small pot. So let's see here. Yeah, it looks like Daniel's probably up a little bit for the match. We saw him win that big pot to start it off. We saw Doug come back pretty strong with a couple big hands. My dog's best friend says it's not douchey, that's poker. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, if there's rake and you know you're going to pay more rake, and then I don't think I would shove there. It doesn't make much sense. So let's say the rake is $5, and if you don't shove, the rake will be $3. Is it worth it paying the extra dollar rake each to shovel in? I don't think so. But is it douchey? I never thought about it. It's kind of interesting to think about. Right-hand side, Doug check calls flop, leads the turn on the jack. We've seen this happen. We saw it happen a lot to start the match. We haven't seen Doug do this as much as the match went on, but when the board pairs, he leads out bet small. We've not seen Daniel actually do this play himself when he check calls the flop and then the turn. It pairs the board like this. It's only a play Doug really does. And he bets pot on the river. So if Daniel has a jack, he's obviously not folding. He does have a 6, so they chop it up there. Full house for both. So Doug had queen 6, check call flop, bet the turn, potted the river. So he pots the river. He's hoping to get called by the ace high, king high. It makes sense. Okay. Oof. James Larachi says, Joey, give me a shout out. Been watching your videos for a long time. What's up, James? What's happening, man? Thanks for tuning in, guys. Appreciate you guys for watching. It's December 21st. The challenge is picking back up. The next match is going to be the 23rd. And then Christmas, they're taking off. And then they'll be playing again the 28th. So the 28th on out, I should be streaming every single one of these matches. So you guys will be able to tune in to the channel. And you'll be able to see these two playing. Heads up for all the matches after that. It looks like Doug said that they're going to play some longer matches as well on Twitter. So let's stay tuned for that, kind of see what happens there. And let's see how long they play for. Last time they were playing for like 4 hours. So we can kind of expect these to be between, I'd say between 3 and 4 hours matches so far for each match. And maybe sometimes it'll go longer. But it does look like Daniel's getting pretty comfortable playing these long sessions. So I imagine that they're going to keep playing long sessions. So. What's up, Claude LaMarche? What's going on, buddy? What's happening? Daniel White says, if rake is maxed, I'm betting 100% of the time. And if you think I'm a douche for hoping my opponent is paying attention, then you're a douche. Yeah, interesting. I mean, it's something I've never really thought about here. So left-hand side, Daniel. Let's see if he does bet the turn here. I have my celebration already lined up here if Doug does win $1 million, but I don't think I'll be able to get to do it yet. Yeah, I feel like Daniel, I mean, what do you guys think if you've been watching the match? It seems like Daniel's playing a little bit stronger as the match is going on here. Seems like we're not seeing too many hands where he shows down and we're sort of, you know, saying, what is he doing? What is he thinking there? Now, of course, there are potential mistakes being made in these sorts of situations as well that we don't necessarily get to see. So Doug bets small on the river. Does get called. He's got ace 5. So Doug, very nice value bet there. Value bets the third pair. And also a block bet as well, too. So that way he doesn't have to face potentially larger bet from his opponent. So let's see here. Ace 5. Check calls. Second pair. Top kicker. Makes sense. And then he leads small on the river. Probably unlikely Daniel has a 4. Daniel certainly could have a deuce, a 3, maybe a weaker 5 that he would have called with. Nice bet there. The truck driver, Doug Polk out there, guys. Aye, man. Carl Robbins says Daniel will adapt and pull back. He's one of the all-time greats. That's true. I think that a lot of people out there are expecting that from Daniel as well. Expecting to put up a pretty good fight here. At least battle back, come back. He's got the right resources. He's got the right people in his corner. He's got the support system in place with his team, with his wife, with his coaches. So I would imagine in his downtime, he's playing a lot of poker. He's practicing a lot too. So I just think as the match goes on, he's going to get better and better. Of course, Doug is working at his game, so he's going to keep getting better and better too. But you got to wonder how much room is out there. I mean, there's got to be a lot of room. I think in these 3-bet pots and these 4-bet pots, you're going to be able to find some pretty big edges on how to play some of these situations. So whereas in single race pots, as you guys can see, we're not seeing a lot of real obvious blunders go down. But in the 3-bet pots, that's where we've seen Daniel make some, maybe make some questionable plays. But I don't think we've seen a ton of questionable plays from Daniel. We've also seen him run real bad in, in some of these spots as well, too. Some sessions. So Mem Blakely says D-Nex will get smoked. Well, yeah, a lot of people out there definitely think Daniel is going to get smoked. Left-hand side, Daniel with the overbet on the King, King, Jack 4. 2 hearts, 2 diamonds. Doug has a jack. Don't expect him to fold. He just lay it down. Gonzo says D-Nex is on all 4s and Doug is already backing in. Jesus fucking Christ, dude. Ay, guys. You guys are ridiculous, man. You guys are ridiculous. What are you guys up to, man? What are you guys doing for Christmas? Are you guys going home for Christmas? Like I said, I'm supposed to go home on the 23rd. I have a flight. But I want to do the challenge the last day before Christmas. So also, some people aren't traveling due to coronavirus. Or are you guys not traveling for coronavirus? Like, what are you guys kind of up to here? Are you guys going to do a Zoom holiday, Zoom Thanksgiving, or I'm sorry, Zoom Christmas, or people that did Zoom Thanksgivings? I know there were a bunch of people that did that. Are they going to keep doing for Zoom Christmas? I mean, I don't know, man. Weird world out there these days, guys. Right-hand side. Doug check raises it on the Queen 10 Jack 8 board. It's kind of weird. No, he raised Daniel's bet. Interesting. Okay, it makes more sense. He's in position. Tiger Wood says, I'm not allowed lockdown. Yeah, I was reading that the UK, they have like a tier 4 lockdown, meaning that you can't see your family for Christmas. Is that how it works? Right-hand side, both players showdown. The straight for 9-7, chop it up. Yeah, so London is tier 4. So it's not the entire country, it's just London. So if you're in London, you can't leave your house. You can't go see other people for Christmas. Is that how it works there? Yeah, that sounds doesn't sound that good for you guys, man. Mighty for sure says Sweden celebrating with my mom and sister. Johnny Dempsey says I'm in the hospital at the moment watching. Had a heart attack scare. Jeez, Johnny, hope you're get better, buddy. Take some rest for yourself. Make sure you're getting some water, get some good food. Yeah, I mean, what heart attacks from stress, right? Yeah, I mean, it's real easy to be stressed out these days, especially people losing their jobs. Their small businesses are affected as well, too. A little pot for Daniel on the left-hand side there with the 10. Didn't value bet that river. But yeah, I mean, people got small businesses. They're getting less hours at work. Jobs are shutting down. It's just, you don't know what's going to happen with your actual job you have or with your small business that you have. So I think poker players are, some are on the luckier side, just in that if you're a professional poker player, you could still take your action online. But yeah, I mean, a lot of other businesses, if you're doing like a retail business or if you're working in a retail place or even if you're working in an office place where now you're working from home and your work structures just completely change and you don't know if you're going back. I mean, I don't know, man. It's just such an uncertain time and stressful time out there for people. And you don't know what's really going to happen with the whole vaccine. You don't know what's going to happen with anything moving forward. So it's a very uncomfortable time for a lot of people out there. So I can understand that stress level ramping up. For me, what I'm trying to do is disconnect from a lot of the news a little bit, right? Kind of get off social, get outside, walk around, go to the park, kind of see nature, and have conversations other than deaths or sickness or anything like that, because it can kind of obsess over you and it can really make you terrified, make you scared, make you uncomfortable. So that's the way I'm personally trying to kind of handle the situation. But obviously if you're watching television, if you're on Twitter, you're on the news, it's all over the place. So it's really hard to avoid that information, and that can be very overwhelming, very stressful. So sometimes people hold in all those emotions in their mind and they don't get out those thoughts, and they just constantly think about it, and it kind of does more harm than good in a lot of ways. So left-hand side 3-bet. Check call by Daniel. Check call by Daniel on the flop. Check call by Daniel on the turn. River is the king. So Daniel might have a hand like a king-jack. Let's see what happens here. $30,000 is in the pot. Truck driver Doug Polk attempting to back up a little bit of truck here. We have not seen any fireworks so far for this match. If Doug does bet here, what's he telling Daniel that he has? Could have king, queen himself. Maybe queen, jack. Let's see what happens here. B says Joey, all in here from Doug, truck driver. Attempted to back it up a little bit. One of our first bigger pots of the day. $28,000 bet from Doug. What's Daniel going to do? If Daniel has a jack, probably got to lay it down. If he's got a queen, he's probably not loving it here. He's in the tank, so he does have a hand. Could be close to call, maybe like queen 10. If he has a king, I don't think he's going to lay it down. He is tanking down. Doug backing up the truck. Brings truck driver, looking for that million profit for the session overall. Here we go. Queen, jack, deuce, 3. 3-bet by Daniel. Check call to flop. Check call turn. And now he's deep in the tank, so maybe he does have a very, very close decision here. Is Doug Polk getting on the line? We know the guy loves to bluff. Maybe he's got king 3 here again. You never know. Wouldn't that be something? If he's got king 3, listen. If this guy's got king 3, I'm not even going to say anything, because he's probably going to show down king 3. So Daniel deep in, maybe he's got like 8s, 9s. What could he be doing this with here? Maybe ace 3, pocket 10s. I mean, he's deep in the tank. I don't think he'd be thinking this long if he had like a queen 10. Time makes running down here. Daniel's got to make a decision. $28,000. He calls a queen 9, and Doug Polk shows down the pocket 4s. And just like that, Daniel Negreanu, with the great call against Doug Polk, puts that truck back in motion there. And listen, guys, after that hero call of the day, Daniel Negreanu is officially on fire. He's getting a rocket sent over his way. Beautiful call there by Daniel Negreanu. So he does have the queen 9, and you got to be thinking, what could your opponent have there if you're Daniel and you're facing that large bet? So let's take a look at that hand here, guys. Let's pull up that replay of the day, sponsored by Doritos. Listen, man, so pocket 4s here. So Daniel, queen 9 suited, top pair, with the backdoor flush draw, backdoor straight draw, checks it over. Makes sense. Okay, small bet. Doug, 8,700. Check call again. I mean, Doug even had Daniel had the flush draw there. He could check raise that turn too. And now we just saw another all in there. Missed that hand there completely. We got to pull up a replay. Daniel Negreanu is absolutely giving it to Doug Polk right now. And then River, Doug decides to bluffs with the 4s. Very interesting bet there. Trying to get Daniel off maybe like a jack, right? Jack 10, pocket 8s. Makes sense, but yeah, not a good hand there for our Supreme Leader. And over there, we just saw another all-in. So let's pull that replayer up as well, too. What is going on here, guys? This action is getting fast and furious right now. Let's see if we can find this replayer here. Bum, 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 bum. Can't quite get it up. That's what she said. Bang, bang. Let me see here. Okay, so another 3-bet pot. Daniel bet. Turn, bets big. River shoves it all and makes sense. So very nice hand there by Daniel Negreanu as he is giving it to Doug Polk right now. Left-hand side, $100,000 stack for D-Negs. Yeah, I mean, sometimes you got to bluff the river, guys. Doug felt like pocket 4s was one of the hands that he needed to bluff there with sometimes. Daniel deep in the tank there. Are you surprised that he thought that long? I mean, I wouldn't think he would need to use like a minute of his time bank to think along with the queen 9, but it makes sense. Very close spot. Very big pot there. $100,000 stack. Broken for the first time by Daniel. Very beautiful hand by Daniel. He's got momentum today, guys. I think he's up maybe about 2 buy-ins. So we saw Daniel with a nice session last time. He started off down 814,000. He's got a lot of work to do, but anything's possible, okay? Chris Sigan with a 5 donation. What's up, Chris? Thank you very much for the donation, brother. Appreciate you, man. He says, haha, that was a huge net roll by D-Negs with queen 9 and heads up, but that's okay. You sound so much better than a week ago. Glad you're on the mend. Chris, thank you very much, brother. I appreciate it very much, man. It's you guys definitely helped me get back to strength. I mean, you guys are my guys. I was thinking about this a lot last night, man. You know, like poker community is such a small community that I just think we need a, you know, like people got to stick together in the poker community, man. I think that's what you're kind of seeing right now is that, you know, these are the people that support you. These are the people that help you when you're down, that support your business, that support your mindset, support your health. So I think the poker community is showing itself to be a very supportive overall, but we could do with a lot more collaboration amongst the people who have influence or have a community or have fans that want to see them play and love them play. And I think that until we see that sort of collaboration take place on a more business level, then we're kind of going to see poker sort of stay in the same position that we're in now, which I feel like it is starting to pick up some steam with a lot more content being put up there. A lot more vloggers are starting to vlog. They're starting to show their experiences. Of course, right now it sucks because there's no events. I mean, there are events, but you know, it's not quite the same as the events, the Venetian event or WPT's having some events in other countries, but not in America. So it's kind of a tough time for Poker World right now. We got rooms closing down all over the United States. So I really feel like more than ever, we got dealers fighting customers. They already, you know, listen, I don't know what's happening with that. But yeah, man, I just feel like people need to stick together. People need to support each other. So I'm trying to give out support in the ways that I can too. Obviously, it's easy to overextend yourself, which I have a tendency to do, and you want to help out so many different people. But yeah, man, I think we all try to help in the ways that we can, whether that's with knowledge, whether that's with resources, whether that's with support. And Daniel, big bet on the river, right-hand side. Daniel putting the aggression on Doug Polk today. He's saying he's got a king. Would he do this with ace? Would he do this to try to get him off ace high, chop it? I don't think so. He does call. Got King Jack there for Daniel. So Daniel Negreanu, $64,000 pot is going Daniel Negreanu's way as he makes that nice bet on the river. Nice, and fires the rocket there at Doug Polk. Fires the laser beam at Doug Polk, too. I mean, listen, he's really taking it to the streets on Doug Polk here today. So, Doug, feeling a little bit of, what's Daily Way? So the dude refunded his super chat. I don't know what that means. My man, Nasty Nate. What's happening, Nasty Nate? But, yeah, man, I don't know. That's sort of where I'm thinking about community right now, guys. And I've definitely been spending a lot of time on the... I've been spending a lot of time on the Twitter world these days, and Twitter can really fuck with your mind. So I think I need to take a little bit of break from using Twitter so much and doing all that kind of stuff. Left-hand side 3-bet from Doug. Doug trying to get a little bit of money back here. Mr. Truck Driver, $4,100 3-bet. And Daniel's going to call. Queen 10-3 action starting to pick up here. Let's see what Doug decides to do here. He's playing a little bit slower today, a little slower. I mean, we noticed D-Neg's not playing as fast. You remember that time where he was like having those emotional outbursts online? We saw that he was playing very quickly during that period of time. So when I was talking on here, I said, hey, maybe we'll see Daniel sort of slow down on the speed of his play. And as we can see here, Daniel is, in my opinion, slowed down on the speed of his play, taking his time to think a little bit more on his decisions. And that's something I think a lot of players out there need to do when you're on a downswing. Start paying attention to how long you're thinking about your decisions. And I think you're going to realize that you're probably not putting a ton of thought into your decision because your mind's sort of blank. You have this, like, you're thinking in the past about these hands when you ran bad, when you made the call, the guy showed up with this, the guy showed up with that. You made the bluff, and it just didn't work out. So you're like, you don't necessarily put the proper thought in deciding, is this the kind of spot that I should maybe do that again? Even on sizing, sometimes you just go with these automatic bet sizings for value, not thinking about, okay, well, what could my opponent have here? Maybe it's the kind of opponent who is just calling way too much, so maybe I can size up with this particular hand because the range of hands he's calling with is if he does call, right, he's probably going to call a big bet. This is the kind of guy that calls a really big bet versus a 2/3 bet. So extracting all that value from those weaker players in situations like that is where you're going to get a lot of your win rate from. And a lot of times we are just autopiloting those decisions and we're not putting the proper amount of thought into those. And especially when you're emotionally unstable or if your wife's texting you and saying, yo, you got to come home, whatever. I mean, listen, we've all been there. So we've all been there. But yeah, it looks like Daniel's up about $120,000 right now. So Daniel certainly hanging in there today, guys. And I mean, listen, I don't know. He could make this a fight. He did say on Twitter multiple times he felt like he was running bags. So right-hand side, a lead from Doug Polk. Left-hand side, I haven't seen this Daniel use this side as well. Right-hand side, Daniel picks up another bluff from the Supreme Leader. Left-hand side, Daniel takes it down. Back up the motherfucking truck. Nice hand there, man. Yeah, Daniel Negreanu absolutely in control today. Garrick Season says GTOF. Great times only, fans. I don't know what that means, but thank you very much. If you guys didn't know, Doug Polk had a birthday as well, too. He celebrated it, what was it, like last Wednesday? He blogged. He was like a food blogger that day. He was blogging his meals that his beautiful girlfriend was making him. Caitlin, 4-bet alert, right-hand side. Here we go. Supreme Leader looking to get some money back. Nope, takes it down. But yeah, Doug was blogging his birthday. He was showing off his great meal that he had. It was great to see his Supreme Leader being happy. He had a lot of support. He had some nice A5 Wagyu. I mean, listen, this guy was totally flaunting it. He had some balloons. Listen, when you're up 800,000, the lady that you're with, you know, maybe she puts in a little bit extra kind of birthday bash for you. So it made sense. So it looked like Doug had a pretty great time. Happy birthday to his Supreme Leader, Doug Polk. And yeah, man, he's getting old. Not too old, though, but getting a little bit older. Right-hand side. What the hell is going on here? A check min raise. A check min raise? Is that a check min raise? It looks like it, yeah. Gorilla. Uh-oh, there we go. Gorilla Gaming up there. So check min raise from Daniel on ace-6-5. Very unusual. Very weird. And turns a jack of diamonds as the Gorilla gets fired up here. Maybe we need big pot energy. What's happening here? You know, let's check out. Maybe misclick there. Very weird to have your opponent Very weird to have your opponent to check raise min on the 6-5. Not necessarily something I see too much. And Doug is going to bet 2/3 pot on the turn. This Gorilla's getting out. Look at this Gorilla. Bam. Boom, boom, boom. Hit him, man. I've been boxing. I've been trying to take this Gorilla down. Doug takes it down the right-hand side. Nice. Boom. Get him, Gorilla. Okay. Whoa. There we go. Bam, bam, bam. Okay. All right, so I still got to do that fight breakdown, guys. I got to make some, there's some vids I got to make, guys. I got to make a fight breakdown on the Arya fights. A couple other fights I've been seeing on Twitter that I want to break down. Got to do some edited videos. I want to make a video on, this match so far, sort of what we've seen so far, like a highlighted version for people that can't watch all these live streams. They are pretty long, too. And we also got to get Landon back in the house. Landon currently going through a little coronavirus kind of scares. He's in quarantine right now. Vambo says, Danny's been getting some serious coaching during the break. If he gets anywhere close to only 500K down, he will be happy to end this ASAP. I don't think so. I think that if Daniel Negreanu makes back $300,000, he's going to want to keep playing Doug and see if he can make back more money. So I don't know, man. I don't feel like this guy's going to be giving up. Boom, 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 bam. I just don't see it, guys. I really don't, man. Left-hand side. Nothing brewing here. I kind of wanted to look at some tweets here, guys. Let me pull up some tweets. I wanted to look at this kid Landon. This kid Landon's so nice, guys. Look what he tweeted. Look at this kid tweet up the other day. He tweeted up. He said, "It's been a wild year for me, and I couldn't be more optimistic for the next. I can't thank this legend enough for the support he's always had for me, which while helping become a bit more like a functioning out one day at a time. Thank you for everything, Joey. This is like one of the sweetest fucking things anyone could ever post on social media about you, buddy. Shout out to Landon for this. This is one of the photos we took the other day at our photo shoot with Haley. I mean, photo shoot, right? Went around, took some photos downtown Fremont, and yeah, shout out to the kid. He also wrote a blog as well too, reflecting on his year. If you guys want to check that out on his Twitter, yeah, man, the kid Landon's on the come up here. He's battling every day, 5'10", 10'20", man. He's in the streets, works hard his game every day. He's dealing with like any sort of pressure that you might feel from fans, kind of showing you a lot of love and showing you a lot of admiration as well too. So yeah, man, the kid is. It's gonna be fun to see him play. I can't wait till he gets to play some live tournaments and gets to start battling some of these high rollers. Gets on TV a little bit with those. It's gonna be real great to see, man. I'm super excited for that. So, right hand side 3-bet from Daniel. Checks it back. Cameron DeSoto says, Joey, you should do a video on Linus versus Barry Sweet. That's a battle of the Titans. It needs coverage. Well, right now, I am working on what I'm going to do for my investment strategy and how involved with some other companies that I want to be. So, yeah, man, I'm studying poker right now. I'm trying to put a few hours a day into studying poker. I've been playing more poker as well, too. Trying to get my systems down for the way I'm going to be operating my life. Trying to figure out what investments I'm going to be in. I'm doing a little bit too much right now, guys, but we're trying to make it work here, man. Working on the production for the content, coming up with ideas for shows in 2021, trying to work out and be healthy. A lot of things. Trying to be a good son to my mother, you know what I'm saying? Right-hand side, Daniel gonna bet the turn. So Doug, check, call, and flop in the 3-bet pot. 8-6 deuce, 2 clubs. Queen on the river. Let's see what happens here. 24,000 in the middle. Daniel Negreanu looking to show Doug Polk.
You need to understand that everything you do at the poker table conveys information.
32,000 in the middle. Is Daniel going to keep going for it? If he has an 8, he's probably not. And he doesn't. 6-7 for Doug Polk. So Daniel, I thought this might not be a river. He maybe bluffs a little bit less than he might normally. He does check back. Doug Polk takes it down with the 7, 6-7. So he ended up having 4th pair by the river. Never an advantageous position to be in, but he gets the showdown. And nice hand for Doug. It's a little bit of momentum back. My man John Party with the 549 donation. Much love, John. My man John, I saw you at a big score last night on Twitch. Congratulations, bro. It looked like you won about $33,000. You said you won the tournament back-to-back weeks. So very nice work, brother. Very nice to see you doing well. 4-bet alert on the right-hand side from Supreme Leader Douglas K. Polk. Here we go. Action starting to heat up here, guys. See what Daniel's going to do. We've seen him 5-bet jam all in. Left-hand side. Straight for Daniel. Back over 100,000. Right-hand side. Daniel's going to call. Ace 8-4. 2 clubs. Could see a battle of a top pair here. We know Doug loves his BS, the Doug Polk dog shit special in the 4-bet pot. So anything's possible with this kid. So he's going to attempt to back up the truck, trying to get a little bit of momentum back here from Daniel. It's Daniel 3-bets the left-hand side. Big pot energy. Starting to brew. Is Doug going to get this one back, guys? He does go small bet. Daniel might continue with hands like 9-10. Oh, yeah, 9-10. What am I talking about? He's got 7-8. He ain't folding, right? If he got 5-6, gutter. Does the guy maybe flop a strong hand here? He does call. Here we go, guys. 5 on the turn. 5 on the turn. The clubs get there, too. We know Doug Polk, dog shit special. Let's see what happens here. Is he really going to show us the king 3? They are deep. He's probably going to have the king 3, isn't he? This freaking guy. I feel something happening here, guys. I got a feeling. 31,000 in the middle. Pay attention. Doug Polk checks it back. Is Daniel going to bet the river? Left-hand side. Pot brewing as well, too. Daniel takes out another $32,000 pot. Is Daniel going to bet this river? 31,000 in the middle. Maybe he needs the bluff to win. He's tanking down. Looks like he's going to go for a bet. How big is he going to go, guys? All in? Maybe. No. He's timing down. In the tank. What is Dan going to do? He does bet 21,000. Doug doesn't snap call. What is Doug going to do here? Being put in a spot once again by Dan Negreanu. Remember, it was a 4-bet pot. Check called on the flop by Daniel. I don't think anyone's got a 3. You know, Doug, maybe he's got the king 3. Daniel, what does Daniel have, guys? A flush? All in. No, not king 3. No! 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 Get the fuck out of here! No! No! Not the king 3. You gotta be joking me. $112,000 pot. The Doug Polk dog shit special. No! Holy moly. I mean, listen, guys, I don't know what is going on here. No way does the guy have the king 3. Get out of here, man. This is a joke. This is a joke. What is going on? King 3. Get the fuck out of here, dude. You've got to be joking me. You gotta be kidding me. King 3? What the hell was that, dude? Oh my god, man. I mean, listen, we didn't even talk about how bad Daniel ran there. He backdoored straight. The poor guy backdoors the straight, and Doug Polk shows down the 4-bet king 3. I mean, come on. That is just ridiculous. I mean, you couldn't make him. $110,000 pot goes Doug Polk's way. You gotta love it. I mean, listen, guys. This guy runs so fucking good in 4-bet pots when he 4-bets these hands. I'm gonna start. We all gotta start 4-betting the king 3, right? Here we go. Raise on the right-hand side. Putting more pressure on Daniel. Maybe Daniel, a little bit vulnerable here. Maybe feeling that emotion from that king 3. He shoves it. He's got queen 10. He's not bluffing. No. Maybe Doug. Doug's got to fold a set here. No way. He does fold. Lays it down. $50,000 pot. Goes Daniel's way. 15,000 pot on the left-hand side. Action's brewing up here. Betting a call. Flush once again for Doug Polk. And Daniel with the king 9 went for a value bet there in that river. He gets snapped off. And just like that, the supreme leader, Doug Polk, is backing up their truck. Pull that horn down. Pressure's picking up. Right-hand side, another 3-bet. So Daniel was up there for the match. Maybe about $100,000 profit. But that $110,000 pot goes his way. People said the 5-3, right? The 5-3 of spades. Is that a 4-bet calling hand? I don't think so. But Daniel called the 4-bet the 5-3 of spades. Maybe we lay the 5-3 of spades down that time, but he decides to call. He flopped a double gutter, ace 4-7. So when he's 6 and he deuce, Doug makes the flush on the turn. Daniel makes the straight on the river. How sad is that? He bets for value. He's probably getting a little hard. But you know Doug Polk was sitting there with 15 hard in his pants. Poker hard. As he took that one down. Right-hand side, we got something brewing here as well. Here we go, guys. Ronnie says, next time I have King 3 suit, I'm going to shove it and record. I'll send you the video. It sounds great, buddy. Hit me up on the IG, Instagram. What a hand, guys. I mean, Daniel, you got to feel for this kid, Daniel. You know what I'm saying? You really do. The guy's getting kind of boned in some of these really big spots, guys. I mean, 5-3, the 4-bet pot, King 3. You know what I mean? Replay sponsored by Cheetos. Right-hand side, 1/3 from Doug. I gotta pick healthier fake sponsors, guys. Okay, because I ate Cheetos the other day during one of my Autoline Vegas adventures, and I kind of, oh, raise, here we go. King 3 again. If he's got King 3, if this guy's got King 3, I don't want to say I'll do anything. I don't know what I'll do if the guy's got King 3. If the guy's got King 3 next time. If the guy's got King 3, I don't know what to say. Please do not show it on King 3, Daniel. If he's got King 3, I'm going to make a video how Danny Negreanu is one of the greatest players of all time, okay? In the next month. If one guy has King fucking 3 here. And I'm going to salivate over him. I'm going to go, the guy's so great. Maybe I'll take it serious. He is one of the greatest, right? Do not show King 3. Do not show King 3. Do not show King 3. Please, for the love of God. Can we stop with the fucking bullshit King 3 today? Doug's in the tank. This is a big-ass raise. I mean, what's he thinking about calling her with? 2 pair? The smoke's billowing up, guys. I'm nervous right now. Do I want to spend 15 hours? No! Okay, thank God. Oh, okay, good. 4-3. I mean, hey, you know, not good, but Daniel takes down a little pot there. Thank God. Nice hand by Daniel. He still took a little bit pot down there. So, guys, these boys are battling hard right now. The match is picking up. We are on a break here, our first break of the day. 4-3 there, as you can see. So not King 3, thank the Lord. So 4-3. Daniel calls a 3-bet. Calls a C-bet. Bottom pair. Backdoor straight draw. Backdoor flush draw. Turn. Wow, look at that. What a river. What a river. Another backdoor straight. Does get this one through. $76,000 pot. So twice in the matter of minutes, we see a backdoor straight. And Doug, what's Doug calling there with, right? Ay, Poppy. What's Doug calling there with? They didn't got it straight. Whatever, guys. Listen, Gorilla Gaming. We'll show them some love. Look at that beautiful gorilla and this beautiful background right here. Gorilla Gaming, great poker tables. And they're one of our sponsors right here. Legendary poker tables from Gorilla Gaming. You guys can go to their website, gorillagaming.net. You can customize their... they're really... what am I doing right now? You can go to their page. You can customize your table. You can use it in the basement with your friends whenever home games come back. This is not an opportune time to buy a poker table, is it? I know we sold a couple, but... From the affiliate link, but this is not a really good time. Are people having home games downstairs? Can we get plexiglass in it? I got a lot of questions about the table, but you get to customize it pretty well, and it's a lot of fun. Let's go back to the Twitter here. So we saw Landon's tweets. Let's see what Doyle is Doyle Brunson getting on a line? Let's see Phil Hellmuth. Oh my God, you guys got to see this. Did you guys see this fucking guy Hellmuth? Hellmuth tweeted this out, and this thing popped off. So Phil Hellmuth tweets. He says, "It's a good day to tip. Tipped every employee at the Aria that I ran into $100. At the airport, tipped everyone behind the Southwest Airlines counter, janitors, flight attendants, and airport employees $100. 2,000-ish so far, but will every employee I see until midnight. Surrounded by smiles, hashtag positivity with this great selfie." Look at this fucking selfie. Love it, man. Look at this guy taking the A seat. So Helmuth, I mean, what a guy. 4,400 likes in this one. This thing popped off. This thing generated a lot of people that were upset. They were like, "What are you doing? You're so braggadocious. You're just showing off." And he said, "I'm trying to inspire people to do the same thing." Congratulations to Helmuth. The guy is an absolute marketing genius. Phil Helmuth, ladies and gentlemen. And you know, Ernesto said, I mean, what do you guys think about that? Like the whole, it makes sense, right? Like, I don't think he's like posting everything. I think he helps out a lot of people because he's got a lot of he's got a big network. He can get a lot of things done. He's got a lot of resources. He seems like a nice guy. He's not sharing every single thing that he does that's helping someone out. And so yeah, like the backlash, like I don't know, man. Yeah, like he wants to be known as a charitable guy, good guy. Like he wants to promote himself as a man of charity. He gets invited to speak at charities, right? He does MCs at charities. He gets paid most likely to do those things. Also at the events when you're the MC and you're around a bunch of rich people, the rich people look at you in a way that says, oh, like I'm going to give this guy more credibility because he's the MC of this poker tournament and everyone says he's a poker legend. So Helmuth has to keep his name in that scene. So therefore he's got to be tweeting about his charity work. So that way people that have charities might say, oh, this guy's like the charity guy. Here you go. So listen, Helmuth, people hate on him, but the guy, this is his business model, right? This is the way he markets himself. This is the way he promotes himself. He tries to inspire people to do good things. He's all about the positivity, and people just fucking eat it up and talk about it. The guy is a marketing genius, and he's been doing it for a long time. Take notes, boys. I mean, obviously, it's a very, like, it's a strange position to be in because you're going to take a lot of heat like he took from people, but you're also going to get a lot of people who are admiring the work that you do, so I don't know. Welcome to the fucking world of a famous guy like Phil Helmuth, right? How do you get famous? You try to get attention to get famous. How do you stay famous? You got to keep getting fucking attention, okay? That's how the game works. Left-hand side, 3-bet pot, a C-bet and a call. Flush gets there on the turn. Mr. Flush King, Doug Polk. See what he does. Bet 7,800. Flush King, Doug Polk might be mixing in a little bit more, couple more bluffs here. Daniel check calls. Here we go, guys. 27,000 in the middle. Pay attention. Left-hand side. This might be one of those classic patented overbet Doug Polk bets here. Usually bets bigger on the turn when we see him shove the river. So Daniel checks over to Doug. Let's see what happens here. 27.5 in the middle. Shout out to Phil Helmuth, man. I like Phil Helmuth. I'm glad the guy's in poker, man. He's always putting on a show. He's entertaining the fans. Left-hand side, 18,000 gets called. You just call with a straight? What the hell happened there? You just call with a straight? I guess it makes sense, right? Let me see what happened there, guys. So, is that what we're doing now? Is this PLO? What game am I watching? So he 3-bets 4-5 suited. He gets called. River is at 9. He check calls with the straight. The 3 on the river. Doug bets 18,000, leaving himself about 24,000 behind. Now we could say, we could. I don't know about that one, guys. That was real weird. But yeah, Daniel was going for a value, or Doug was going for a value bet with ace jack. Makes sense. He can call by kings. He can call by queens. He did have the ace of hearts in his hand, so maybe Daniel's check calling there with like king, king, king of hearts. Could have 9, 10. You never know, man. I never know kind of what Daniel might be feeling a bit dicey with on the river. So it makes sense to have ace jack. Maybe even he gets called potentially by a worse ace as well too, by D-negs. Does make sense. But yeah, I mean, you know, you say he's scared of the full house in that spot. You know, what would that full house be? Ace 3, maybe. I don't know. But it makes sense. That's a PLO hand. I mean, you check call straight in the river. It's like a pot limit hand. Normally, you say you make straights in 3-bet pots. Like, you check raise. But I think Doug would have called a check raise there, too. And you might be being results-oriented. But you might be saying, well, what hands does he bet there with and then call that beat Daniel, right? That aren't flushes or aren't full houses. Of course, the hand is going to be kind of the exact hand he has, right? Like ace jack, ace queen, ace 10, something like that. So it makes sense. Bum, bum, ba, bow. But yeah, he's definitely fearful of the flush. Left hand Lee says you think he shoves there. Could shove there. You never know. That's why we're talking about it. You never know. Very interesting hand. GTO has gone out the window. Yeah, it makes sense. Eric Peterson, what's going on? What's going on? Anthony Clape said it's not that bad. He can basically beat only what Doug has. It's true. Poker Pro Eric, did Joey miss the hearts on the board and river pair on the board? I did not miss it. I did not. Do you guys understand how to get better at poker, right? You guys got to ask questions even when they don't seem obvious, right? So it might look there and say, okay, well, what's happening there? Why did the guy just check call? And then some people say, oh, there's hearts out there. Oh, there's a board pairing out there. There's a full house out there too. But I don't know. Listen, guys, you guys do what you want to do when it comes to getting better at poker. I'm going to explore all the angles. Okay, I'm going to look into all the different decisions. I'm going to say, okay, is that a spot? Is that an obvious? Is it only check calling, right? Why? What's the merit for check calling? What's the merit for possibly check raising? And I don't know, man. You got to explore these things, guys. You got to go sometimes where it doesn't seem as obvious and try to figure out these situations, because those are kind of big decisions too, especially when the pots get big on those later streets. So I like to question those decisions. Figure it out. It's how you get better, guys. Sometimes it's not obvious. Sometimes it is obvious. Sometimes you review your hand. You say, okay, maybe what I thought initially wasn't what it was. And luckily, it's me and you guys streaming, so we all get to talk about it together. This is the best way. And I'm not playing the hands. This is perfect. This is the greatest way to get better at poker. And by greatest, I mean it really isn't. You probably want to be studying with your friends. But if I'm going to be live streaming, this is a pretty great way because I get to see a bunch of hands, and they're happening in high stakes. We got a bunch of people in the chat who get to comment as well too. We don't have to play a next hand immediately as well. So me and my closest 3,000 friends are in the fucking lab together. Let's get after it. We got a $1.99 donation from Juvian Official, aka Bitcoin Poppy, aka Crypto Salsa. When are we getting the Clowns 2 sequel? I don't know. We're getting Clowns 2 sequel, my friend. But Daniel, left-hand side, he's killing it right now. Up to 129,000. Right-hand side, Daniel's moving back. Left-hand Lee. Strange fucking guy, buddy. Left-hand side, check call by Daniel. Drago says, after so many bad beats, afraid of quads, maybe. I don't think so. Daniel, that's small on the flop. They are getting deep there, guys. 74,000 in the middle. Doug check calls. Rick Mosley says, what did he say? He said, can you send me 100 on Venmo? Sure, why not? Tell us what your Venmo is. We'll send you some money. Anybody need some money? Who wants some money? I'll send them. I'll see if I got money on Venmo. I'll send you money on Venmo right now, buddy. We should do let's do a Venmo. Let's do a Venmo giveaway right now. I'll send one person $100 on Venmo right now. What do I need? I need your username, phone number, email. I'm giving away $100 on Venmo right now. Someone in the chat, put your Venmo name in there. I'm gonna pick one person that I like, and I'm gonna send you $100 on Venmo right now. Right hand side, overbet by Daniel on the river, King 7 5 Deuce 3. To qualify for the impromptu Venmo giveaway right now in the chat, please put your name, and I'm going to choose someone who's left a good comment that I've seen. Haral Bob Bulgaria says, send me some money, Poppy. I need it. Shout out to Haral Bob. Battling out there in the Potlatch Omaha streets. What's going on, Poppy? Hope to see you. Nice to see you here. Hope things are going well. Left-hand side. All right, we're getting some people in the chat. We got some people up there. We're getting some people up there. All right, we're getting some people. I'm going to pick one person. Oh, we're getting a lot of people in there. Here we go. Jacob L says, I need it. I lost 1K. Who really needs it? You know what I'm saying? Like, who like, is someone watching this? They're going to really need that 100? Let me read some of these ones here. John Morgan 97, Chris Brooks, Eric Hanfland. Right-hand side, big bet by Doug. All right, how do we choose here? Let's pick, we'll let a couple more options come in. Jacob Markery says, great, not available in Australia. Thanks, Poppy. Term Limited says would rather have a one coaching session. Okay, I'll give one of those away too. Why the fuck not? Right-hand side. Pot size bet by Doug on the turn. Daniel check calls. Backdoor flush gets there. Daniel's in the tank. He checks it. Alex Duval with the 5 donation. Contributing to the Venmo fund. Thank you, brother. Thank you very much. So Daniel has the ace deuce. Takes it down. Thank you, Alex Duval. Much love, brother. We got this one, though. I love CJ. Joey, €5 donation. Joey, what do you think Doug will spend the money on? Hookers and... No, he's not going to spend it on hookers and blow. All right, let's pick one person. We're going to give it to... Yeah, if you can play and lose 1K, you don't need $100, buddy. Let's be real here. All right, let's give it to the Blue Moose says I'll teach you to get better at tennis. Well, that's pretty nice. Eric Hanflin says I met you at the PCA. Steve Suzuma says I'm a boomer. I don't have Venmo. I hope someone who actually needs it gets it. Who needs it? Can somebody tell me why they need it? Luke Port says, stuck in Tier 4 London after coming back from Berlin just to see family. Now I can't, and I can't even fly back. $100 would cheer me up, Poppy. Anthony Clapp says, out of work since last March, bud. This guy says, I need to fund my account. The guys, you have to give, this guy says he got fired from his nursing job. Fuck, man, these stories are kind of hard and brutal in here, man. 3-bet left-hand side, 6-4-3 with clubs. Harbaugh says, pick a card, then have people guess out the card. It's not a bad idea. Trying to find one of the stories. Joe Keegan says, give it to me. I'll feed homeless tonight and send you the video. All right, fine. Joe Gegan. Let's see what you got, kid. He did say it 4 times. Is he really going to do it? What do you guys think? Should we trust this guy, Joe Keegan, to do it? I would donate, but you guys are all too degens. Right, left-hand side, check raise by Doug Polk. Supreme leader here. Okay, guys, calm down. Calm down. All in. Call. 5s versus kings. No. Rivers at 10. Doug Polk gets all in. Pocket kings. Dave Negreanu has pocket 5s. He had the open-ended straight draw, and just like that, the big pot goes Doug Polk's way, $80,000 as he fires a nice rocket ship. Dave Negreanu fires a laser at Dave Negreanu, takes down a nice pot himself. Let's go to our replayer, sponsored by Venmo. Venmo, where I will be sending someone $100 right now. So Kings versus pocket 5s. Doug check raises the 6-4-3 board with the pocket kings. 4-bet alert left-hand side. The stacks are swinging right now. Here we go, guys. Here we go. 4-bet alert left-hand side. Very deep stack. $80,000 deep. Let's see what happens here. Daniel folds, takes it down. So let's see this hand. So a check raise with kings. Daniel shoves all in with the pocket 5s. Makes sense. Maybe he thinks Doug's getting a little bit out of line here. He's going to want to be shoving some hands. Pocket 5s is one of the hands he wants to go in with. He's got the open-ended straight draw. And needed a 7 or a deuce or a 5. Does not get there. $8,000 pot goes Doug Polk's way. And just like that, the boys are deep on the left-hand side. And they're pretty deep on the right-hand side as well, too, there, man. Matthew Patton with the $4.99. Poppy, huge fan. Was wondering if you heard D-Nex talk about how unlucky he is on his solve for Y-Pod. Yet, with all in EV adjusted, he's down 10 big blinds per 100. Well, listen, man, anytime you're losing your all-ins, you're going to be thinking that you're unlucky. So every losing poker player thinks they're unlucky, all right? If Doug was losing, he'd be saying he's unlucky. So listen, that's how poker goes. You got to get lucky to win sometimes. So Eva for sure says, Joey, help this little boy. I will send you a card from him and put the video on IG. What are we going to do here? Joe Keegan says, I'll leave my Borgata game and buy McDonald's $100 and pass it out here in AC. All right, listen, I just want to see this. What's this guy all about? What's your Venmo, kid? All right, we're going to send Joe Keegan $100 on Venmo. And he's going to go Phil Hellmuth around Atlantic City. 3-bet alert right-hand side by Doug Polk. He does get called. All right, Joe, we're sending Joe right now a 100. Joe, Gegan. All right, we got you right here. 100. You guys can see my Venmo. What's it for? Right-hand side, 3-bet, bet, and a call on the flop. All right, Joe, I sent you a... Oh, I need your last 4 digits to your phone number, Joe. How do we do that in the chat? I don't know. Do you just put it in there? I'm not sure. If you have a tank top on with a bald head and some buff arms, then this is you, Joe. Joe Keegan. Ba-bam. Right-hand side, 3-bet. Bet flop, very small by Doug, and a call. Pots brewing, 23,000 in the middle here. Let's see what happens. Is Doug going to fire away? 46,000 behind. 3-bet pot. Bet flop small. Bet the turn. He does bet big, 16,000. Let's see what Daniel does here. He does lay it down. Doug Polk takes down another pot. All right, 8, 0, okay. Got it. Your payment's on the way, Joe. So Joe says that he is going to go around AC and give out some food and take some videos. So let's see what happens, my man Joe. He said he's grinding right now. He's about to buy heroin, someone says. No, he's not. Come on. We got to have faith in people. Let's have some faith in my man Joe. Let's see what Joe does with the money. Ba-bam, ba-bam. So just like that, guys, the action's fast and furious today. If you're tuning in live, thank you for joining. Thank you for watching. We got 3,400 out there watching, guys. Very good to have you here. This is definitely the highlight of my day, and hopefully you guys are enjoying yourself, and I appreciate you very much for taking the time out there to come hang out with me, man, and coming out people in the chat. You guys are awesome. I think I've been really enjoying the community. I've been enjoying these streams so much. I look forward to doing a lot more content out there for poker and beyond. I'm going to be starting my podcast up again soon. Very excited for that too. I've been loving the long form conversations, but I need to talk to more people, guys. Like I've just been talking to some people outside of poker a lot, and just getting different perspectives on things has been real nice for me. I feel like I just overthink way too much, so it's very good to have conversations with nice people out there. The guy's not going to give heroin to the homeless, guys. Calm down. For fuck's sakes, man. All right. LYK Eva says, I was going to take a video at Christmas of his family. Well, that's kind of sad. Maybe I should send you the 100 too. She's a single mother of 12. Calm down, guys. We don't have any single mothers in here of 12. We'll bring Santa in the Mr. Venmo. Handing out that Venmo gift. Nice hand. J.O. Cabral, missed you, Joey. Much love, brother. Much love, Joe. Nice to see you here, man. Look at Santa coming through. Ho, ho, ho. Merry Christmas. Phil, is that Phil Hellmuth on that? Is that Phil Hellmuth on that sleigh? Oh, Hellmuth. Is that? I think that was Phil Hellmuth on that sleigh right there, giving out money. Shout out to Phil Hellmuth. Anthony says, with the €5 donation, thank you, Anthony. He says, I'll put the $100 towards Doyle's 10th funeral this year. R.I.P. Doyle Brunson. Doyle Brunson, man. Always a guy out there who's, I like Doyle Brunson, man. I like that guy a lot. Left-hand side, a bluff by Daniel gets called. $90,000 deep, guys. So we might see one of our biggest pots of the match. $90,000 deep on the left-hand side. $66,000 deep on the right-hand side. Snow begins to fall here in GTO headquarters. And listen, guys. This match could go either way here today. Daniel, looks like Daniel's up a little bit of money. But yeah, Doug, I mean, I feel like there's going to be a big win today, guys. I feel like there's going to be a big win for one of the sides. And it's going to come down to one of these huge pots here. I just feel something coming right now. Right-hand side, Daniel is going to overbet the river. Flush gets there. The ace is there as well, too. Maybe you could have a full house. Ace 7, 7, 6, 8, 7 as well. Doug's in the tank. Tough spot here. Obviously, he's not going to fold. You got trip 7s. Your opponent overbets. You're not going to lay it down. If you got a flush, you're not going to lay it down. If you got an ace, I mean, maybe he's thinking about calling with an ace. Let's see what happens. King 3. Someone think Polton maxes. He got King 3. I don't think so. Doug lays it down the right, left-hand side. Doug bets big on the turn, putting pressure on him. Aaron P says with the 20 donation, what's up, Aaron? Thank you for the support, brother. He says, I'll match that 100 donation if instead of filming him feeding the homeless, he films himself. Get the fuck out of here, dude. Get out of here. Holy crap. You guys gotta be fucking kidding me with that comment, buddy. Left-hand side, pot size bet. This comment, are you trolling me right now, bro? Overbet and a call 2-3 for Doug. $36,000 pot goes Dan Negreanu's way as he snaps him off with the queen 6. Doug had the deuce 3, so he had the worst hand possible as Aaron P. Aaron P says, I'll match the 100. Oh my God, dude. Oh my God. You guys can read it for yourself, okay? 4-bet alert on the right-hand side. Here we go. Doug Polk is turning the pressure up. Why would someone donate and say that? Doug takes it down on the right-hand side. $72,000 stack. The boys are battling. The boys are deep. The match is aggressive. The guy said, I'll match that 100 donation if instead of filming himself feeding the homeless, he films himself. Why would anybody donate money to say that, bro? You guys are crazy. Masktron says, hi, Joey. Are you enjoying watching Bitcoin at the moment? I definitely am enjoying watching Bitcoin. It's great to be on Twitter Bitcoin because everyone on there is like so happy. They're making jokes. They're making memes. They're all making tens of thousands of dollars. I mean, it's a pretty fun community to be a part of, just to follow because it's so excitement. Like everyone is so hopeful in Bitcoin. Everyone on Twitter is so like, they just feel like because the upside is so high where if it goes from 10,000 a coin, $20,000 a coin to $1 million a coin or 500,000 a coin or 100,000 a coin, then all these guys are going to make a lot of fucking money. So they've all sort of been in it together. They've been in there from 5,000, 10,000, 20. So it's like everyone are building this community. There's like Bitcoin thought leaders. There's a bunch of new projects people are starting. There's investment funds. There's trading. There's all these different things that a bunch of people are doing. And they all seem to share their experiences on Twitter. So it's very fun to just see the excitement and the enthusiasm that people have for things. Even when it's going bad, you know, they're still memeing. They're still making jokes. They're still optimistic. They're still hopeful about it. So it's been fun to follow. It's been fun to follow the random people who, like, they start posting on their Instagram stories that the Bitcoin price all of a sudden, you know what I'm saying? Like everyone's like, everyone, I don't know, everyone's trying to ride the wave a little bit. So I don't know, it's pretty funny. It's pretty funny, but yeah, it seems like a good long-term investment to hold. I mean, that's what I'm going to do, right? I'm going to hold on to it. We'll see what happens with it. People are optimistic about it. A lot smarter people about that space are very invested in it than I am. So I think it's worth putting some of your portfolio into it and seeing what happens, right? I mean, no gamble, no future, guys. So you guys do what you want to do. Make your own decisions out there. But I think when I'm personally looking at how I want to possibly invest money, I think that Bitcoin is certainly up there. Real estate's up there as well, too. But these index funds is just a starter when you don't know a ton and you don't want to necessarily day trade, or when you don't want to, you know, I don't know. Just like, I feel like there's different strategies that people take with the whole entire allocation of their portfolios, and they put a certain percentage of their money in real estate. They put a certain percentage of it in the index funds. They use some to like maybe growth invest on, right? Like they look for maybe Amazon. They put a bunch more money in Amazon than they might put in index funds, or they believe in Apple, so they invest a larger portion in Apple potentially. Some people use money, it seems like, to find these up-and-comers as well too, kind of stocks that have potentially a lot of growth behind them. The new companies that are in the early stages. So it seems like a fascinating world. I don't really know where to start or where to attack it at, but I'm just trying to take in knowledge, follow some smart people, and find some companies I believe in to invest in on the public markets and then private markets as well too. Get more involved with that. Use my knowledge and my resources and my network, my capital, my platform to find some companies I can add value to. And hopefully they're products that customers like, right? So 16,000 on the left-hand side. Let's see what happens here. Let's see what happens here. Please stop asking for money in the chat. Thank you. 16.5K in the middle from Doug. Doug checks it. Checks to Daniel. Daniel trying to get back over that $100,000 mark. Trying to fire a little rocket here at Doug Polk. Right-hand side, big check raise from Doug. We see him do this often here. Certainly capable of bluffing, but we have not seen Daniel call many of the check raises in these river spots. He's going to need at least an ace here. I mean, is he calling with all aces? Is he calling with ace-8? Is he calling with ace-7? Maybe not. So Doug Polk looking to back up that truck just a little bit. Looking to steal a little bit of money from Daniel Negreanu and his Christmas fund. But Daniel's in the tank, so Daniel taking a lot longer on decisions here than we've seen in past matches. He does lay it down. Supreme Leader breaks in there. Nice little robbery himself right there for the Supreme Leader. Big check raise. That's certainly something that we see. Doug knew better. This guy's falling. Boom. Breaks through the door. Nice hand. 333 Mr. Hunter says, Joe, you're a cool cat. Love watching your streams. Easily my favorite player. Go at Mo with grudge commentary. Plus, love all your podcasts and investigations. Keep it up, bro. All the best. 2021. 333 Mr. Hunter. Thank you very much, buddy. I appreciate you very much, man. Thank you. 3-bet pot on the left-hand side. Check fold. Nothing to see there. Cameron S says, why no merch, Joey? I think that we're going to do some merch as well, but I'm trying to figure out what I want to do on the product side myself. That's why I started learning more poker, because I want to play more poker. In terms of like how I'm going to try to make money in terms of what I'm doing with my audience, I'm not really sure what I want to do. I don't know if I want to do merch or do apparel or do some sort of training or some sort of course, or if I want to do affiliate. I don't. There's like a few options you can do for that in terms of how you monetize your your direct audience, but not sure exactly what path I want to go down with that. I don't mind doing advertising on these type of streams. I don't know how much advertising I really want to do. I could advertise on my podcast. I'm going to start doing my podcast, more of that. Just a lot of decisions to make on that front. But that's why I'm studying poker more, because I want to play more poker. And, hopefully things go well. I run well. I play well, getting some good games. And I don't necessarily worry about that much. And I can kind of make and do whatever I want to do and have a good time with it. So left-hand side, Doug bets small on the turn. Right-hand side, another 3-bet by Daniel. So the 3-betting, I mean, these guys seem to be 3-betting a little bit more as the stacks get deeper. And we can see Daniel's 3-betting small. Doug isn't necessarily defending as wide as one might think in the 3-bet pots once they do get this deep stacked. Left-hand side. Doug betting 3,200. Let's see what Daniel does. Daniel tanks down, folds it. Nice hand, nice hand. This guy, left-hand Lee. This is a guy that I don't ever intend to conversate with on my channel again. Thank you, buddy. Appreciate you for tuning in. It's been fun seeing you. Joe Geegan says, Joey, send video on IG or Twitter. If you can send me the video on Instagram, that'd be great, buddy. At PoppyGTO. Matthew Patton says, $4.99 with a donation. He says you should reach out to Phil and try to get a podcast switch to math. It'd be a good time to try to get some higher production quality for such a guest. Yeah, man, that's certainly what we're exploring, right? What guests do you want to have on the podcast? Do I want to have it be more hardcore poker players? Do I want to have it be more people that are outside of poker who also play poker but are in the finance world or investing world or the crypto space, or whether they got into other jobs, other careers? Maybe they got into selling a different product on Amazon or using Facebook ads, right? So there's like a lot of different ways you can go with podcast guests. I'm trying to figure out exactly what I want to do for that, right? There's a lot of decisions up in the air, which is why I like doing these streams, is because I just get to watch poker. I get to learn how to play heads up. I get to learn how to play hold'em again. And I'm debating making a series where I walk through my process of learning Nolan hold'em again, because I haven't studied in a long time. So I'm approaching it from a pretty fresh standpoint. So it might be nice to sort of document that process as well. A lot of decisions. Dun, dun, dun. Left-hand side. Check call by Doug. Check on the turn. See what Daniel decides to do. Brian says get some porn stars on the podcast. No porn stars, buddy. No. Eddie Vedder, get the Music Man on. I'll throw you a bone, let you interview me. Thank you, Eddie Vedder. Appreciate you. Left-hand side, big bet from Doug. Takes it down. Right-hand side, Daniel. Bet small. Cass says, would anybody be interested in talking hands to get better? Cass, listen. If you want to get better at talking hands, I can start something maybe on Twitter. I can say, hey, if anyone's interested in getting better at talking hands and you don't have anybody to talk with, maybe you find someone here and then you respond on Twitter and then maybe you find somebody. What do you think about that idea? I'll do that right now if you want. And yeah, you let me know if you like that idea. Nothing brewing here, guys. Couple small pots. Action dying down just a little bit. Cass says, please document that. I'd be very interested. Okay. If anyone out there is looking for someone to talk poker hands with and currently has no one to do it with, reply, drop your information below. And try to connect with someone else. All right, I'm putting it up now. I said, if anyone out there is looking for someone to talk poker hands with and currently has no one to do it with, drop your information below. Stakes played, live online, game format, and try to connect with someone else. What do you guys think? GTO copy? You guys let me know. We put this up right now. What do you guys think? 1 for yes, 2 for no, 2 for dog. You guys think? Thomas LaBelle says, the solvers are just making you play like the inner donk you always thought you were. That's the beauty of poker in 2020. Agree, man. You can justify any play as low frequency, it seems like these days, guys. 4-bet on the left-hand side. Here we go. Here we go, guys. Here we go. Pot's brewing up. Pot's brewing up here. Daniel's in the tank. He's tanking down once again. He does 5 bets. This is one of our first 5 bets we've seen, guys. Official 5-bet alert on the left-hand side. Here we go, guys. Here we have not seen. This might be our biggest pot of the session, of the match so far. They're very deep stacked. 70,000 in the middle. Doug Polk lays it down. Anticlimactic. Jeez. All right, people say one. All right, we'll go tweet that out right now. Ba-bam. There you guys go. Check it out if you're interested on Twitter, Cass. My Twitter is at JoeIngram1. Right-hand side, King run out here. Energy ball kind of coming up. Thank you, Chris. I agree. Big pot energy over here on the right-hand side. So Doug's saying he's got a backdoor quad draw and the backdoor quads. I don't believe him. I don't believe him. Doug makes the bluff. What's the king queen? This guy loves bluffing. Daniel calls down with the pocket sevens and breaks in there. Steals a little bit of money. Very nice hand there by Mr. Daniel Negreanu. Very nice call. Doug Polk, a little out of line. Celebrate. Here they come. Very nice hand there. Osmosis fan says, Poppy, I will consume whatever the fuck you end up doing. Just more content, please. Listen, I'm trying to take it slow. I got a lot of ideas. I got some banger ideas. We got Poker Mountain in the works. We got the podcast in the works. We got Poker News back in the works as well, too. So I don't want to overwhelm myself with the editing, with the taking it all on. Because once I get started, I don't stop. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm a crazy fucking guy when it comes to just focusing on like something like that with content or playing poker. I just love it. So I'm trying to be healthy. I'm trying to maintain relationships with people. I'm trying to set the infrastructure in place for my business and the system that I operate on. Because basically, if all I'm doing is making content, essentially you're just marketing, right? So you can't necessarily like, you got to also focus on building the systems for the business side of things and how you might make money from it too, which is something I've always neglected in the past. So, and if that's going to be me playing poker, then I need to be structuring my day where I'm not completely obsessed with content, because I need to be putting an effort on studying as well too. So once I feel like and now I could go play now if I really want to start playing some of these full ring games live, or if I want to start playing some online and game selecting, I think I could do that now. But I'm just letting that poker back into my life, guys. Listen, it's a very I already know where that path goes. It usually goes well. It goes late in the night. It goes up and down. It goes round and round. It goes big swings. So thing about poker business is you can lose $10,000. You can make some great plays. So other business don't necessarily work that way. And plus in poker, yeah, I'm definitely going to be getting in the streets and battling. You guys can tell I'm excited, man. I'm very excited. But yeah, I'm sort of conflicted. You know what I'm saying? STE with the €2 donation. Thank you, STE. Much love, brother. Much love. Much love, much love. Thank you very much, buddy. Appreciate you. Isaac Palmer says, Joy, have you heard about the Rabbit Hole New York Times podcast about YouTube algorithm? So interesting. Think you'd enjoy. Yeah, I know a lot about the YouTube algorithm. I just don't really implement any of the... I don't do a ton of the strategies on there because most of my videos are live streams and they're not edited videos. But when I do more edited videos, as you can kind of see from the last edited series I did in July, when I did some edited vids, they're going to do really well, because once you understand YouTube, you can structure your content to do really well if you know what you're doing, right? So, or you can hop on trends. I mean, you make a vlog, it's going to do successful anyway. You know, so there's like, in poker, you don't really need to necessarily implement all the higher level sort of YouTube tricks to completely optimize your content, because it's just not necessary for success. Whereas in Mr. Beast player pool, he's competing with every channel on YouTube. So, well, I guess that's one person I've been studying a lot, Mr. Beast. But there's a lot of information out there about the algorithm, about breaking down content to optimize it for YouTube specifically as a platform. But then you start doing things with your strategy that aren't necessarily maybe, you know, things that you feel comfortable with, or things that you're used to, or they feel inauthentic, or they just feel weird. You just don't want to fucking do them because, you know, sometimes you don't necessarily want to be playing the game that much. Very personal choice. Little pop brew on right-hand side, 12.5K. See what Dean decides to do here. He's looks like he's winning so far today, guys. 137 on the left, 86,000 on the right. I'd say he could be up maybe 2-3 buy-ins right now, as he bets big on the right-hand side, $8,400 bet. Left-hand side check raises on King 5-8. So Daniel playing very aggressive today. So Doug facing decisions. More decisions today than we've seen him face in some of these previous matches for sure. Daniel takes down the right-hand side. Left-hand side, Daniel check raises, turns a 4. Could have 6-7. Maybe 5-4 as well too. King 4, not King 4. I think he's probably just going to call with the king on the flop. Could have a whole bunch of nonsense. You never know. You know, the crazy thing about heads up is because you have so many hands in your pre-flop ranges, meaning that you're playing 80% of your hands on the button, you're playing, 50-some% of your hands in the big blind, you're going to be having hands that are like Queen 5. You know, you're not really folding Queen 5 ever, Queen 5 offsuit. So you're going to be playing a very wide range. You're going to be making very weak hands with that wide range. And sometimes you need to play that wide range aggressively. So it can be a very uncomfortable and an unforgiving experience for players maybe trying to adapt that style in their game, because sometimes you make a play that is theoretically correct and doesn't work out, and then you never make the play again because you have that memory of it not working out, because your sample size of hands you play are so small and you don't necessarily understand how poker works. So, but I mean, I think most people, they don't obsess about this shit, right? You don't need to know this stuff. When these guys are playing for millions of dollars at a very high stakes level, where every edge you can find is going to matter, then, you got to start thinking about, okay, well, where do I find those edges? How do I develop a strategy that is going to combat where I think my opponent might be weak at? That's what you think about when you're going into a match like this with these two players. Whereas when you're going with Bruno and the 7 donks at your live table, you make it, you get ace king, you make top pair, you bet 3 streets big, right? It's not rocket fucking science. So a lot of the things that you might even think about, you say, okay, I'm going to bet a third here. You know, I don't think it matters that much. I think you just make big hands. You bluff in the right spots. You understand which opponents are very passive and which opponents are very aggressive, and then you own the shit out of them, right? So that's theoretically what you try to do. So you don't need to know a lot of this stuff, in my opinion. Now, if you're playing more tournaments, then I think that you do need to study more, because you're going to be playing against not only bad players, but you're going to be playing against some really good players who have studied this stuff. So the better the competition you play against, theoretically, the more you're going to have to be putting in work in the lab to figure out what the hell these people are doing, because they're taking some unusual lines these days. Left-hand side, big bet there for Daniel with the flush and takes it down. Right-hand side, 3-bet pot. Queen 6-3 checks over to Daniel. He's going to bet small, 27-39. See if Doug check calls. We got a 5 donation once again. Who we got up there? Alex Duval Poker with the 5. Thank you, Alex. He says, very true. Was focusing a lot on my video thumbnails before, but in reality, the biggest poker channels like Brad Owen and Mimi just use standard images. Yeah, guys, listen. I don't know if you guys see what's happening, but you know, it's not rock. Everyone adopted the same strategies, right? They post pictures of their chip stack, and they post, if it's like or sometimes they'll post like a hand with aces or queen 6 or whatever, right? I mean, it's not rocket science, guys. There's not many imaginative strategies going on in poker right now. Everyone's sort of like monkey see, monkey do. Everyone looked at a Twitch stream and said, okay, what are they doing? I'm going to do exactly what everybody else is doing. So I'm not going to do anything to differentiate my strategy. I'm just going to kind of fall in line with everyone else is doing. I'm going to grind the same games everyone else is doing. I'm going to do the same things. Like, yeah, there's a lot of unimaginative strategies that are currently taking place, and it makes sense. You just sort of see what works, you copy that person, you do what they do, and I mean, that's what people do, man. So that's what makes poker such a great game, is because you can destroy people like that because they don't really know what they're doing. They're just trying to copy and emulate other strategies without really understanding what they're doing. So when you play a lot of hands against these players and put in a lot of hours, that's how the game works, man. Brandon Nego work here anymore says, Joey, I've been an investment advisor for 15 years. I can tell you are smart. Thank you. But I don't know. I would love to learn. If you have any advice, let me know. I would love to pick the brain of anyone who's in the investment space, who does financial advising, who does VC, any sort of venture capital work, any sort of early stage investing, any sort of advisor in general, right? We just advise companies. I'm learning all about it, guys. Listen. It's a lot of fun. Let's see what we got in the chat here, guys. Tim the Gem. What's up, Tim the Gem? What's happening, buddy? Nothing brewing here. Left-hand side check call by Doug. King 5-8-3. Turns 3 of hearts. Yeah, I've noticed a lot of hands just are like 100% checkbacks. Like, let's say what would be like, what could be a check back here, like Jack 10, something like that, Jack 9. Those might bet the flop at a pretty decent frequency and then check back the turn. Those hands that have, those kind of like, I don't even know how to describe that. How would you describe Jack 9 on King 5-8-3? What would you even call that? What would you call that? Queen 6. What would you call Queen 6 on King 8-5-3? I don't know. Daniel is going to sit out here. We see him do this often. Takes a lot of breaks. Doug Polk, Supreme Leader, truck driver man, does not take as many breaks. We get a $9.99 donation from Joseph Jerome. He says, you need to do online challenges, what PokerDo did to televise. Create a custom site where you can live stream the games, comment, interview their team. Need 6-mech challenges as well. Yeah, that definitely is an idea too. I think there's a lot more that goes into it, right? I think like putting on the gameplay itself is one part of it. And then what you do surrounding the gameplay matters infinitely more right now, and you can take a good idea to a really, 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 really amazing idea. So basically what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to fire at the really, really, really potentially amazing ideas or really good ideas right now. That's where I'm at. So we got a break here, guys. Who we got in the chat up there, man? Let me see. I was gonna go over Doyle Brunson's tweets. I remember Doyle, my man Doyle. Last time we saw him, he was taking shots at some ladies up there. I don't know what the hell this guy's doing, man. Who we got in the chat right now? Let me see. Cool Pain. What's up, Cool Pain? What do you put odds as of now? Well, it looks like Daniel is currently, he's got 138 there. He's got 90 there. I think he's up maybe about 3 buy-ins or more. So if he's up 3 buy-ins or more, that puts Doug at up about 688 for the odds. That's a really good question. It's a really good question. I don't know what I mean, what odds would you bet on? Like, I wouldn't bet on Daniel right now at almost any odds. I don't think. Maybe like, 10 to 1 or something like that. So I don't know. You think about what odds you'd bet on Daniel Negreanu at, and then start thinking about what your odds might be. So that's a good question. Renee Baja says, join, apply at Shamat's investment venture. You might be able to pull in through poker context. 1 point. What would I do? What am I applying for? Baked Bean says, Joe, if you want to chat to someone who played as a pro and now works as a trader, hit me up. Absolutely. Give me your Instagram, Baked Bean. Would love to chat. Ba-bam. Winsanity, what's up, buddy? Stephen Bentley. Bodyguard 7-1. Legend Material says, Joey, can you please say put Limit Omaha one time? I can. Put Limit Omaha. What's up? What's happening? Evan Hayden, what's up, brother? Sean Lipton. Kevin Berg. What's going on? Moonlight Master in the chat. What's up, Moonlight Master? What's going on, man? Moonlight Master posting up great highlights on his YouTube channel. Make sure you check that out. 3-bet right-hand side from Supreme Leader Doug Polk, looking to get something going. Let's try to get him some momentum going here, guys. I feel like a big pot energy kind of brewing here. We got to give this guy something because it is not going Doug Polk's way right now. Dan Negreanu is having his way with the Supreme Leader as he looks to back up a truck here. But anything can change with how deep they are. I mean, 40K kind of not anymore. But right-hand side, they are still deep, 60,000. Doug can get a big chunk of back of what he's down for the match. Nothing folds. Takes it down. Nice hand. Nice hand there. Maybe put the animal. Put the gorilla fire up this guy. Kish Dog in the chat. What's up from PA? What's going on, brother? How's it going, man? Zach Romer. First time ever in the chat. I watch every single YouTube video on this match. Every minute makes my nights better. That's what we're going for, brother. Hope nice to hear you, Zach. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much for letting us know what's going on. And, I enjoy doing these streams a lot, too. So thank you for being here. Hope you guys enjoy. Hope you enjoy the graphics. Hope you enjoy the show. Hope you enjoy the match, the hands. Some of my random tangents I go on occasionally time to time as well, too. It's been a lot of fun, man. I'm very happy that these are going on. When they're over, I'm already sad when these things end, guys. And with that, as the gorilla does the splits, we'll take one of our first edibles of the day. A 4-bet pot on the left-hand side. 4-bet pot, left-hand side, as the gorilla losing his mind. Here we go. D-Neg's coming for it. He wants 160s all in. Fold. Daniel Negreanu is putting it on. We have not seen him shove all in over these 4-bets as much here. And the gorilla, get him, gorilla. Knock him the fuck out. We got to bet on Doug Polk. We need him. Please. Please, animal. Can you take this? Get him. Take him down. Please. Please get him. He's killing Doug Polk right now. He's killing him. Oh, that's crazy, dude. Ay. Jeff as a risky. What's up, buddy? How's it going, man? Good to see you. Babby Day 31. What up, Poppy? What's going on? Ankle Bracelet says, D-Nex called you on Solve for a while without using your name as being biased. What's your reaction? Well, I am a little biased towards Doug Polk. I do want Doug Polk to win. I did bet on Doug Polk, but I am. I also want to see some great hands, and I know the guys are going to go back and forth when Daniel wins. I think it's equally as exciting for the viewers out there to see, and it is what it is, right? I'm ready for a good fucking match. Let's tell him that, man. We'll get him on the pod. Is that what you're supposed to? Are you supposed to be unbiased if you watch poker? I guess. That's why there's a Doug channel. There's a GG Poker channel as the gorilla does the sweep. Nice sweep there. Nice sweep. There you go. Kick him. Give him something here. 3 on the river. Check a raise by Doug there. It looked like Doug maybe check back flop. Raised the lead on the turn. So maybe he's got like ace 3. Maybe he has a flush draw with hearts in his hand. Could have some diamonds as well too. He checked back flop. Raised turn on. Pocket kings. That's fucking weird. Did I see that right? I was mesmerized by this gorilla's moves. Did I see that right? What the fuck? This is a strange game, guys. So he had pocket kings. He raised the turn. And it made sense. It worked out. 4-5. Does Daniel not have betting a lot of aces there? What's going on in that hand? That's a strange hand. Very interesting. Wob Rob said, thank you for making... What did you say? Thank you for making this exciting during the lockdown. Yeah, man, if you guys are in the lockdown, if you guys are over there in UK, let me know in the chat. Smash the like button if you're enjoying the stream. Smash the like button if you hate the lockdown, because I don't think anyone really likes... Maybe some people do like the lockdown, though. Right? They don't got to see anyone. There's no pressure to go outside. There, look at this gorilla. Look at that ass. Okay. Okay, baby. Okay. Get it. Magarena. Ride that horse. Okay. Okay. But yeah, maybe some people are liking this lockdown. They don't got to go. They don't got to leave the house. They don't got to see people. They don't got to talk to people. They can look however they want. They can eat whatever they want. Left-hand side value. Nice hand. 9-8 for Doug Polk. Nice hand. It only takes one, says Joe Ingram would love to chat offline. DM or email me, or we can chat on Discord sometime. Have the right credible source is all that is needed for a Kickstarter show creation. Oh, interesting. What is your... See, when you guys say that, you got to send your information too, because I can't see the information. Ian Byrne. Perfect. It only takes one. So if you need personal investment advice, happy to trade for poker advice. If you want to actually produce a show, I think Kickstarter is the way to go for production funding. Interesting. I never thought about that. Love this fucking chat. God damn, man. You guys are awesome. You guys are great with the ideas. Appreciate them very much. I still don't know about a lot of this stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've done content for years without any thinking about how do I, like, improve it. You know, like, how do I make the camera better? You know, how do I work with someone who's a better editor or a better producer? Like, I've just done everything myself, all my graphics, all everything. So when I start thinking about, okay, well, then you want to create a way to fund these improvements or these ideas, or if you pay for people to be on it, or if you pay for better talent to work behind the scenes, like that whole concept of connecting those dots in my mind and the options to do that, Macarena, are just something I'm learning about. I'm still like in early stage, right? I've only been kind of thinking of, oh my God, I've only been thinking about it this way for a little bit of time. So I appreciate all the input. You guys, look at this fucking gorilla. Look at this Gorilla Gaming gorilla. Look at this guy. This dude is crazy. Look at this guy. What is he doing? Right hand side, Daniel betting the river. Daniel putting it on Doug Polk tonight. 2 bets, left hand side, right hand side. Takes both down. A right hand side doesn't take it down. Gets raised by Doug Polk, rather. Sorry. So Doug folds the left, raises the right. $800 raise. Daniel calls. $19,000 pot. Goes Doug's way. Doug's got King Jack. So Doug rivers the 2 pair and takes it down. So as we can see, Daniel in the lead so far. 149,000 on the left, 80,000 on the right. Still very deep here on the right and left hand side. So we could see a pretty big pot. We've seen Daniel shove all in a few times in the 4-bet pots. We haven't seen Doug 4-bet as much. I guess actually, yeah. Yeah, he has 4-bet. Daniel, how often Daniel shove? Daniel shoved what about all in about? How many times did he shove all in there? He shoved all in about 3 or 4 times to the 4-bets. I think maybe he called 1. Yeah, it certainly seems like Daniel's playing a bit more aggressive today, using some different sizes we haven't seen so far in the match. And he's been rewarded with a nice profit. Right-hand side, big bet from Doug on the turn, ace-king 4-3. Daniel calls the big bet. River's at 8. So ace-king 3-4, 8. This gorilla's put on an absolute show right now over on the left. See what Doug decides to do here. He does check it. People said, where's Landon? Landon is, King Jack for Daniel. Does not value bet that river. Takes it down the gorilla. I think that's like a subtle hand, actually, that right-hand side. Him not value betting the King Jack on the river. once Doug leads the pot. Look at this gorilla. Get him, gorilla. Go. Go, shorty. It's your birthday. Okay. Look at this guy rolling around on the ground. My God, this guy. I never seen anything like this, guys. I really haven't. But yeah, Landon right now is at home. Unfortunately, he's look, what is this guy? I didn't even know he could do that. Bro, this guy is absolutely out of his mind, man. Left-hand side, check call by Daniel. Doug betting 2/3 on the turn. 10-10-3. Jack of spades. Look at this guy's leaping over things. He's crawling. He's like a military guy. Yeah, Daniel's playing a lot slower today. Right-hand side, check raises. Left-hand side, just check calls. It only takes one. I got you. I got you, buddy. DM your Discord there if you have to brain. I got you on Discord. Thank you, buddy. These guys are going to play about 25,000 hands. Daniel, face the bet on the left-hand side, does check call. Doug shows down the 4-10 for the full house. So Doug flop trip 10s, bet the flop, bet the turn. Didn't go with the overbet on the river. Made a normal bet. Daniel calls quickly. Small pot goes the Supreme Leader's way. And he 3-bets the left-hand side once again. You can see both players are using different sizes. I think Doug's using a little bit smaller size, about a little over 900, 910. Looks like Daniel's using just a little bit bigger. I don't know if there's any rhyme or reason for what those guys are doing for the sizes. I don't know if they're typing in the size every single time as well, too, because now he goes 1,000. So basically on World Series of Poker, you can click half pot. So for you to be raising to 928 or 986, you basically have to type it in every time. So maybe these guys sure like typing it. But yeah, Landon is Landon's. I think Berkey has the coronavirus, and Landon. I don't know. Landon said he's staying home, so that's what he's doing. Right hand side, Daniel delayed bet turn takes it down. Left hand side, single raise pot. Doug's in a check back. Turns the king. Yeah, I'd say Daniel's on fire today, man. He's going pretty well. You gotta throw the fire right on Daniel. Throw it on him, man. This guy is on fire right now. Absolutely killing it. Up about $120,000 for the match. Doug's gonna bet the turn. Checks back flop. Casablanca says, why don't we have players' faces today? We'll put in players' faces for the next match, all right? After I'm done with this stream, I'm going to work on some faces for the next match. Daniel, check raises this turn. Interesting. So, check flop. Now he check raises the turn. He knows that Doug is going to need a king to continue here. And Doug does call. Could have a flush draw as well, too. Yeah, Daniel. What would Daniel check raise this turn with here? Certainly flush draw is capable for both players. And maybe both players do have the flush. Daniel does check it. Ace deuce makes sense. Bottom pair. So Daniel check raises the turn with the ace deuce. Doug has 8-9. So Doug didn't bet the flop there. I mean, listen, these guys are playing a game that you know, now they're really kind of getting into the juicy part of heads up here, because so Doug checks back the 8-9, bets the turn, gets check raised by ace deuce, and calls it river blank blank. Doug's happy to get to showdown with that second pair. So Daniel's turning his bottom pair into a bluff there. I mean, maybe, you know, yeah. Maybe, yeah, it's an interesting hand to decide to check raise. Very nice hand. FPS Bird says, I came here to get the shirt, get eaten. I'm not going to eat the shirt quite yet. Jimmy Burdett says, is Durbin playing? He's been playing on high stakes poker, but he's not been playing on this show. So no, Tom Dwan is not playing today. So left hand side, a bet and a call. Is Tom Dwan playing? What's going on here, man? Joe Keegan says, Joey, check Insta. Someone tell him. Okay, I'll check it. Left-hand side, overbet. By Dan Negreanu. King 7-4 deuce. This guy's telling me to check my Instagram. Let's see what happens. Daniel is going to check his option potentially on the river here. He overbet the turn. River's a 10. Is he going to go for another big bet? Nope, he doesn't. And Doug has 7-4. So Doug check called the overbet on the turn with 2 pair. Didn't check raise. River goes check, check. And Doug does not get a river bet with his 2 pair. All right, it looks like we did get some videos from my man Joe Keegan here. All right, we got a receipt during the stream, so we gave Joe $100 during the stream, and it appears he has some.
Here's a drink.
Thank you,
You
my
get straw.
love.
And then listen, here's a gift card.
Bless you, Horse.
McDonald's gift card. All right.
Thank you.
All right. Take care. Be careful. Watch out.
Happy
Watch out for
holidays,
trouble.
my love.
You
Thank
too.
you,
Happy
sir.
holidays.
Okay.
Take care.
Amen. Okay, so it looks like our man Joe Keegan did make the. He bought $100 from McDonald's, 10 gift cards, or he bought 6 gift cards for $10, and he got 5 Big Mac meals with 5 medium Cokes. So listen, shout out to fucking Joe Keegan for actually following through on what he said there with giving out the money to the people. We do have the video. I'll post that video, man. Thank you, Joe. Merry Christmas to everybody out there, man. So left-hand side, Doug leading $1,200 on King 9-5. Matthew Duchesne says, "What's up, Joey? You're the supreme leader of podcasting." Thank you, Matthew Duchesne. I appreciate you, brother. Haven't podcasted since in a while, but I'm going to be getting back to doing my podcast, long-form conversation. Very excited about that, man. Just got to decide who the hell I want to have on. Right-hand side, overbet by Doug Polk, 6,200. But yeah, man, listen, give Joe Keegan a shout out in the chat, man, for actually following through. Said if we send him the 100, he'd give the donation out. He went and handed it out. Left-hand side, trip kings for Doug Polk as he starts to make a little bit of a comeback on that left-hand table. Pot by pot. All it's going to take is one big pot to get back in the mix here. Listen, man, McDonald's, that's... People that don't get to eat much food, man, they love McDonald's. McDonald's is just something that I think a lot of people out there greatly enjoy. And better than nothing. Amen. Walter Alexander says, dude should get props for driving out into the wild in AC. Shit's rough out there in the streets right now. Yeah, I don't know. It looks like Doug is using a lot of pot-sized bets here for today's match. I know he's been playing pretty aggressive so far, but it does seem like he's going to the pot option a bit more than we've seen in past situations. David B says, has live poker stopped in Vegas? So no, live poker's still going on. I was around town this weekend. A lot of cash games are going on. Not as many as there were a couple weeks ago. I think right now with Christmas going on, less people are coming here. Stricter lockdowns. It's colder weather in general. So, yeah, right now in Vegas is not necessarily doing super crazy. There's not a lot of people here during the week. The weekends are a little bit more crowded. But, yeah, it's sad. I walked around last week, like on a Tuesday or Wednesday or something like that, and there was really nobody out. So, it's very different to see that take place here in Vegas. What is this guy Rick Mosley talking about? Cody Payne says, say tally, watching poker is not stupid. My wife keeps fussing about me watching the stream. Listen, Cody's wife, poker is not stupid at all. It is a very fun game. It's especially fun when you get to watch 2 legends of the poker game like Doug Polk and Danny Negreanu go back and forth at high stakes. And these guys are putting it all on the line, man. This is for the legacy. This is for lifetime stakes here, man. This is for when these 2 look back at their careers, they're going to say, well, this guy, I beat Danny Negreanu that heads-up match. We beat for 4 years. I beat the guy. Or Daniel's going to say, hey, I beat Doug. Or, hey, I gave him a fight. Fans out there are going to remember this match for a very long time. Fans are clearly excited about it as well, too. So I think it's, especially if you watch it mindfully and you're trying to maybe learn something you can maybe take away to your own game and get you fired up to play or get you inspired to play or get you inspired to work harder at what it is that you're doing. Or you learn something, or you entertain, or you take a break. I don't know, man. A lot of good reasons to potentially, check this match out. So, but I understand where your wife's coming from as well too. Sounds like my ex-girlfriend. Right hand side 3-bet pot by Daniel. Check flop. King deuce 6. Turn is a queen of spades. Let's see if Daniel decides to lead here. King 3 on the left-hand side. Maybe we do like a King 3. We do like a special King 3 bonus or something like that if somebody wins a pot with King 3. Right-hand side. Check, check, flop. Check, check, turn. John J says, Joey, I love you. Thank you, John J. Much love. Appreciate you, buddy. Thank you, man. Tim the Gem, our children shall write songs about this match. Right-hand side, check down to the river. Daniel shows down pocket nines. No one tries to make a bet. $70 pot goes his way. Left-hand side, another 3-bet pot. King 5-7, 2 clubs. Kevin McCormick says, I'm not going to lie. I make jokes and stuff, but this has honestly been a very good match. All of them have been. Yeah, man, I think it's been a pretty good match. It's been a lot of fun, a lot of action, a lot of big hands. A lot of fun graphics, a couple 3-bet pots. The action is picking up here, guys. Left-hand side, Doug 3-bets, C-bets the King 5-7. They are deep. Daniel might think of firing a little bit of something at him here. With one of his raise, he does not raise. He just call. Turn is an ace. This big pot energy builds up here. GTO, great times only. Doug checks it. Right-hand side, the guys are getting after it here. The 3-bets are picking up.
Understand that everything you do at the poker table conveys information. You can't be like all loosey-goosey having a sandwich.
Doug's in the
on your
tank
phone.
once again. Might be
Baby,
4-betting here. He
oh,
does 4-bet, 10.8K. Big pot energy brewing.
three basic characteristics that
Couple
make
things
it
going.
great.
Negreanu, you know what to
One
do,
is
man.
just the raw
You know what to do,
skill. The
Daniel.
other is a fundamental understanding
You know
of
what to
the
do, buddy. Get in
mathematics.
this hand. Let's go.
The third part
Left-hand
is
side,
what I
Doug
call
check
this
calls. Right-hand side, Daniel calls. Here we go, guys. Smoke billows up. Might see a fire hand here.
Look at a guy and say,
You got King 9. You're a sick human. Here we go, guys. Right-hand side, 4-bet by Daniel. Pay attention. Or 4-bet by Doug. Daniel calls left-hand side. Daniel's going to bet the river. Could have 8-9. Could have missed clubs.
Continuation betting, picking up tells. So this tell has probably made me the
Doug
most
could pick
money.
up a nice chunk of change here if he ends up winning both these pots. He's in the tank on the left. He does lay it
I
down.
see those cards, and my brain is telling my
Right-hand
eyes
side,
the
a
next thing we
third
gotta do
pot.
is bet chips. Most of the time,
They are
it's
deep
totally
here.
subconscious.
$64,000 behind.
Poker is an intellectual endeavor.
See what
that
Daniel's
is
gonna do here.
totally
Jack
skill-based
9
in
deuce,
the
2
long run.
hearts.
A lot of people can confuse themselves
Doug
into
4-bets.
thinking
We know
that
Doug
they're
could have that
succeeding
Doug
because
Doug
of
Polk
luck.
dog
It's
shit special
actually
here
skill.
with the King 3 potentially. Big pot
One of
energy
the absolute best ways
going
to
crazy
learn
as
is
Daniel
to
calls.
learn
36,000 in the middle. The masterclass ad is playing.
50, and Alec makes it just 2,500. I still think his range can be relatively wide.
Daniel
Now,
checks.
in the
Here we
river,
go,
it's
guys.
Pretty much down to just two options. Is this a value bet? or
36,000 in the
is this a
middle.
bluff? No such thing as a value
If
bluff.
Doug has kings or
Okay,
aces here, is he
so
feeling hot about it?
You're going to make a lot of mistakes. Learning nothing
The energy.
from those mistakes is
The big
easy.
pot energy.
You
Can we
feel like
summon
you
a
got
big
this
pot?
master
Can we really do
with
it?
nothing left to learn? That's the exact
Uh-oh.
point where
Doug checks
everyone
back.
else
Daniel's
starts.
going to bet here.
I'm Daniel Negreanu, and this
He does
is
bet.
Master.
1/3 pot, 14,000. The 10 makes the straight. The flush misses on the river. 4-bet pot. Daniel check call. Did we actually summon a big pot? We did. Queen 10 for Daniel Negreanu as he makes the straight. He flops the open-ended straight draw in the 4-bet pot. Check calls flop. Check, check, turn. Makes the straight on the river. He's feeling pretty good about it. He goes for the 1/3 pot bet. Everything at the poker table conveys information, Mr. Doug Polk. Doug calls, and just like that, Daniel Negreanu extends his lead for the match with the Queen 10 of spades. Let's check it out here. The turn would have been quite dicey if he would have check called or check raised. I imagine he would have just check called with the top pair and open-ended straight draw, but only bets the 3rd on the river. Maybe a little surprised by the size of that bet, but he does take down the $65,000 bet, or $65,000 hand. And listen, it's all Dan Negreanu today as he is giving it to Doug Polk quite nicely. This could be a huge session for Dan Negreanu. If he wins about 200,000 here, he could put this lead down 600,000. I mean, hey, that's not a bad swing. 300-some thousand in the last 2 sessions, man. It's a very nice hand right there, man. Brad says, "Hey Joey, aka Chicago Joey, love you, my man. I'm a big fan, bigger than Sean Deep's belly." What? I've got whiplash, so I can't move much. My neck kills, but you demand. Yeah, thank you, Brad. And shout out to Sean Deep. Sean Deep's our guy. People love making fun of Sean. I don't know why they like making fun of that guy. Seems like a nice guy to me, man. So just like that, Daniel Negreanu has to be feeling confident right now. I mean, listen, man, it feels like he's giving it to him quite strong here. Very impressed by Daniel's play these last few sessions. Very impressed by it. Is he on fire, guys? I think Daniel, I mean, listen, this is about as on fire as we've seen Dan Negreanu so far in this challenge. Seems like everything is going his way. The fire is absolutely on Daniel Negreanu's side. And listen, you might even have to get a lava for him out here. Give him the lava. Give him that smooth lava, baby. There it is. Dan Negreanu exploding. Exploding with excitement. Look at that. I mean, listen, you're up. Anytime you're up, okay, all right, let's calm that down. Anytime you're up this much money, especially when Daniel's been feeling like he's been wronged, he's been feeling like he's not running well, he's been feeling like, hey, when am I going to get my turn? When am I going to win some of these all-ins? When am I going to get my value hands paid off on the river in big spots? And the last session, we certainly did see him go to Showdown and win those $30,000 pots, $40,000 pots, a little bit more often than we had seen in the previous matches from my observation. So this, to me, is an extension of what we saw last match, where Daniel's putting in some work. So, I mean, it's a pretty big lead, right? And you can say anything's possible, but it's got to give him some confidence. It's got to make him feel good. And especially as you go into the second half of this match, maybe these guys will play another live match at Poker Go Studios. That could be really cool if we get to see something like that. We're playing again. Next time will be on December 23rd. So the next match is going to be December 23rd, 5:30 p.m. Eastern time. And after that, they're taking off Christmas, and then they'll be playing once again on December 28th. So you can check out all the action on the 28th. I'll be here for sure. On the 23rd, pretty sure I'll be here, but I'm trying to figure out what my travel plans are for Christmas time. And that's currently where I'm sitting at with the challenge. I'm sure these guys will have action on their channels as well, too. So someone out there will be covering it. But I definitely will be watching either way. Right-hand side. 2-3 on the river. Gets check raised by Daniel. Interesting. We're not seeing him check raise many of these single raise. Yeah, Daniel's definitely mixing in some nice lines here. I mean, maybe he could add value there. Could have slow played a big flush and picked a good spot. But it does seem like he's ramping up his aggression factor a little bit here. Jeff Crawford. Joey, I just want to say you're the only one that can bring this much energy and excitement to this match. Great job, Jeff Crawford. Thank you very much. That's literally what I'm here to do, is bring excitement to this match. Ready to watch some beautiful hands, see some action, see some chips move back and forth, see some hands be played. And, yeah, man, I'm really enjoying it. After this, I'm going to go put a little session in the lab, play some heads up, Nolan Hold'em myself. Right-hand side, Doug Polk check raises. Min check raised the flop, 10-5-7. Maybe he's just mixing that in once in a while. Then he checks the turn. See what Daniel does. So he min bet the flop, gets check min raised. Daniel could be going for, or Doug could be going for a double check raise here. Ooh, this would be a nice spot for a double check raise. We have not seen a double check raise yet. Please don't. No, he doesn't do it. Nice hand. Jay Rubio. D-Negs must be getting help from Helmuth to be doing this well. That's true. Listen, Phil Helmuth is known as, Helmuth's known as a top heads-up player. Obviously, he's been on the Poker Night in America heads-up showdown, right, where he took down Jungle Man. He's been on the duel where he took down Antonio Sfondiari. So there is a really good chance that maybe Negreanu and Helmuth got together over the break. And maybe, yeah, certainly could be a nice resource to have Helmuth on your side. Left-hand side, Trip Jacks for Doug as he takes that one down. Right-hand side. Yeah, I miss Landon, man. When do you get Landon back in the booth here for some of these heads-up Nolan Hold'em showdowns? Derek Salter says, hey, Joe, love the commentary. Thank you. Just curious whatever happened to Brad Booth. Last we heard of Brad Booth, he was reported missing, I believe. So I don't know what exactly the status is with Brad Booth. But if somebody out there does know, I would more than be very happy to know and relay that message. Right-hand side, overbet for Daniel on the turn. And Doug calls pretty quickly. River's a king. So Daniel might have a deuce. Maybe he's got like a king king something of clubs. Could have a flush draw as well. May have 4 or 5. Maybe like 5, 6 as well too. Or he's got queen 10. So queen high is actually going to take that down. $13,000 pot goes his way with the queen 10. So, wow. So Doug check call with the flush draw there himself. And Daniel does not bluff the river with the queen high. He's got to be surprised to see himself win that pot. So nice pot goes Daniel's way as Daniel. I mean, listen, the guy can't go wrong here today, man. He really can't go wrong here today, man. People ask they want Landon's mom to come commentate again. I don't think so. Left-hand side value bet for Doug on the river with the flush. Takes it down. CJG182 with the donation. $20 Australian. He says, thanks for bringing the high energy and positivity, Joey. Much appreciated from Australia. Much love, buddy. Hope things are going well in Australia for you. I don't know what the status is there of the situation with lockdown or poker or anything like that, but thank you for watching. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for the comment very much. Make sure you guys are getting your water in here. Yeah, World Series of Poker had their Hall of Fame nominations. There's a bunch of names on there. Isai Scheinberg, Patrick Antonius, Mike Mattisau, Eli Elezra. These are for nominations. So I believe they huck seed Chris Ferguson. What they do is, so Daniel is really aggressive this match in these pots here. He's going for that small raise. But yeah, World Series Poker people say you got to choose one. Norm Chad, Lon McCarron are on there as well. I'm going to go with, I don't know, man. For a player side, I'd go with Patrick Antonius. He is absolute legend of the game. Maybe he shouldn't get in over the other people. Isai Scheinberg helped to create Poker Stars and helped to grow the poker world to what it is today. Without Poker Stars, people like me wouldn't be here playing. So, I don't know, Isai Scheinberg, I feel like, is someone you consider in the Hall of Fame. When I think about how do I think about the Hall of Fame, I think about it from a player side, from an operator side, from an event side, so media side. So I can see why Norm and Lon, as the voices of World Series Poker and ESPN, would be able to get in there. Right-hand side, so Daniel shows down Queen 8 offsuit. Interesting play by him. Left-hand side, aces for Doug Polk. So he takes down a little pot. So Daniel check raised with Queen 8 there, which makes sense. I kind of thought that'd be a kind of a strange hand to show up with. D-Neg sits out. Looks like we are another break here, guys. Let's put that gorilla back on. Get him a little fired up. But yeah, with the World Series of Poker nominations for the Hall of Fame, who do you guys think, man? Do you guys think it should be player? Because I feel like media should get in. I feel like some players should get in. I feel like some of the operators involved there should get in. Matt Savage on there. He's on the event side of things. So it's like a really weird process. And, you know, I don't really know how exactly they're going to go upon choosing, like how you do it fair or how you do metrics. Like, you know, you kind of go through here. We can see the list. Antonio Sfandiari's on there as well, too. I mean, he's a legend of the game. Ted Forrest is in the mix. So I don't know how the 31 living members will choose from this list. So what do you guys think? I don't know, man. I'd probably go with Isai Scheinberg. If it's a player, I think you can't argue with Antonio Sfandiari. I don't think you can argue with Patrick Antonius. Huck Seed's a legend of the game as well, too. Matt Savage has done so much for the game on the event side. So I don't know. It's very tough for me to pick one nominee from here, especially like I said, it's just really weird mixture of players. If you're going player side, obviously that discredits a few people. At what point do Lon and Norm make it in over a legend on the player side? Don't know. Be interested to hear you guys' opinions as we're on a break. Daniel is sitting out once again. We've seen him do this. Yeah, people also said Chris Ferguson as well too. Yeah, I mean, Ferguson obviously has a lot of results at the World Series of Poker. I think he's a main event champion. He was player of the year. He still was out in play. He was like a focal part of ESPN back in the day as well, too. Obviously, he's involved with the full tilt situation, and he gets a lot of flack for that because full tilt poker, you know, basically took these players' money, took hundreds of millions of dollars of players' funds. And Ferguson was a very active face of that company. I don't know what sort of equity he had in the company or what his role was exactly at the company to know how hands-on he was or maybe how he helped players or any of those kind of things like that. There's been some speculation out there and been talk out there of that over the years. So people more in the community have some forgiveness for Chris Ferguson, for Howard Lederer, whereas fans don't have much forgiveness. Players who are affected don't have much forgiveness, but You know, so maybe I could see him getting some support from some of these 31 living members, because it's really more of like a networking thing, and who you know and who maybe you have a relationship with in terms of who these players vote for, versus maybe a strong merit, I guess, if that makes sense. So I'm going to be interested to see what happens with that. But it makes me want to start my own Hall of Fame, guys. Maybe an online poker Hall of Fame. I don't think enough online poker players get credit for things over the years on the players' tournament side and the cash game side. Maybe that's the move. Maybe that's the move. I don't know. Jack Donnell with the 5 donation. Much love, Jack. Appreciate you very much. Get your horn up for you here, brother. Bum, 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 bum. Match begins. Daniel's back from his break. Thank you, Jack. He says, Joey, one of the red line hoodies going to be available. The red line hoodies will be up pretty soon. Redline King, me and Danny will kind of get those up there for you guys. Let you know when they're available as the gorilla gets crazy here. But yeah, I'm curious what you guys think, man. Who should win? Who should win? Let's see. Dio says Eastside bailed out all the full tilt players and all the UB players. He built the #1 site in the world. That's true. How crazy is it that PokerStars bought out full tilt and paid out players? Yeah, that's pretty, yeah, I mean, obviously when a big company does that, like, it's just so strange, because when you, when I start to research the history of industries that were impacted that much by the U.S. government, like the poker world was drastically changed forever due to Black Friday, and they took, you know, one site had hundreds of millions of dollars of players' money go missing. UB, I mean, who even knows how much money was lost on there, even though I think players did get refunds a couple years ago. Just the whole situation is just absolutely insane, guys. It's Daniel overbets left-hand side, and Doug just calls the river with the 8. I'm surprised he wouldn't raise there. It's very, let me pull that hand out. It's very, I mean, maybe you put like a token raise there on the river at least. Like maybe you min raise or something. Maybe you get a call. Someone maybe thinking they're on chop. So Daniel has 9-10. Doug has 8-6. Doug flops open in a straight draw. Check calls the turn. So he rivers the straight. So it's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Doug has an 8 in his hand. He bets. He faces an overbet and he just check calls. Yeah, I wonder if maybe if you make a small check raise there and maybe your opponent calls you with a hand like 9-10, thinking that you might be trying to rebluff him and off him a chop. So I'm surprised Doug would just call there with the 8, but he does just call. Takes down a nice pot. 14,000 goes his way. Very nice hand. Very nice hand. Spooks and Glory says, was it Ultimate Bet that had the super user account handle? That was Ultimate Bet, I believe. Ultimate Bet, Absolute Poker. They had their own issues. Definitely. Andrew Butter says, Joey, you know the one Poker Life link in your YouTube description goes to the wrong website. That is true. I need to get that fixed. Thank you very much. JN says, what is your opinion on Poker Bros? Is it somewhere I should put on a bankroll, or should I play someone else with a donation? Thank you, buddy. I think for Poker Bros, right, it's very dependent on the club that you're in and the confidence that you have with your agent and the confidence that you have with the game that you're in terms of the game being in line and nothing's happening. So if you feel like you're in a game where the players are bad and you're able to win money, and it's hard to know sometimes because you got to test the club out. So yeah, if you're willing to risk some money on there and you feel like the games are good, people are playing a lot of pots, you trust your agent, you trust yourself to get paid out, then maybe it is worth a risk, right? But there is some risk in that. And your other options, if you want to play cash games, are more public sites like a Global Poker potentially, or, you know, I wouldn't necessarily recommend ACR for cash games, or I wouldn't normally recommend like a Bet Online for cash games. Those are other options in America people do. There's obviously a lot of clubs out there, a lot of applications out there that are picking up steam. So those are options that a lot of people are doing. Left-hand side 4-bet alert. And they are deep here. $70,000 in the middle. As a supreme leader, it's going to look to win a big pot here. 70,000 behind. 21.7K in the middle. Doug Polk, 4 bets. The truck begins to back up on the gorilla. Doug's going to bet 1/3 pot. Jack 6 deuce, 2 clubs. 4-bet pre-flop. Might have king 3. Let's see what Daniel does. They are already deep here. Daniel does call. Turn is a 3 of clubs. King 3 makes the pair. What could Daniel have? Queen Jack. Maybe 5-6. Maybe some club hands. 9-10 of clubs. Jack 10 of clubs. Doug. Never know with this guy in these 4-bet pots. He checks back. River's a 10. Daniel has a 6-5. Probably happy to get to showdown here. Doug could be getting tricky. So Daniel's in the tank. 36,000. He's going to lead. Last time we saw him lead for that third pot with the flush. He does bet big. 2/3 pot here. $27,000. Can Doug Polk back up the truck on Daniel here? He checked back the turn. I imagine he would have bet the turn if he had a big hand, hoping to try to get stacks in by the river. This means he's just not going to have a very strong hand here. But you never know. We did see him shove earlier with King 3 when he made the flush. He could have King 4 of clubs, King 5 of clubs here. So will Doug Polk back the truck up on Daniel Negreanu? This would be a massive pot if he calls here. If he raises, it's even one of the biggest pots of the match so far. But he does take it down. $63,000 pot goes Daniel's way. The truck is not getting a lot of action today as absolutely Daniel Negreanu.
No, that's a lot of damage.
Daniel firing the rockets from all over today, like he is the United States military taking over some sort of country in the Middle East, as he is firing all the shots on Doug Polk today, man. This day is all Dan Negreanu's as he extends to 130,000 chip stack on the left, 124,000 on the right. Back to your question, Jan, about Poker Bros. You know, people out there are going to have differing opinions on it. Some are going to not want to take the risk. Some are going to take the risk. I wouldn't be risking a lot of money out there unless I knew the game was in line. I knew the agent was in line. I knew I was going to get paid. And if I started playing on there and I felt like I was having good results and I felt like I was winning, then maybe I would think about potentially investing more. But really, you don't need to put a lot of money on these sites. If you're playing 1-2, and you're playing for fun, you're playing recreationally, it's kind of up to you how much you want to risk, how much you want to play with. You don't need to keep a lot on there. And depending on how your agents settle up, if they do once a week or if they do whenever you request a cash out, kind of depends. So if you can get cash out anytime and you end up winning some money and you want to take it off, right, you might feel more comfortable doing that. If you can get a good rake back deal, you definitely want to try to get good rake back deals from these agents, because basically how the agent makes money in the home game setup is they're going to usually take a percentage of the rake that you pay. So what happens is you get to ask your agent for a rake back. So let's say your agent is taking, I guess it depends on how far down the infrastructure the agent is, right? Some agents don't necessarily get a lot of rake back to even give back. So some agents might give you back 20% rake back, and they're making 40%. So they're making 20%. They're willing to give you 20%. So some might not have a lot of negotiating power. And I think even like the club, if you talk to the actual runner of the game himself, I think he gives like 20% to Poker Bros, whatever the app is, and then he has 80% to play around with. So if he gives you back 60%, he's only making 20% off you. So it really depends on your agent, your negotiating ability, and who you're dealing with, because you're dealing with one of those agents that are down the line who isn't getting a very good deal necessarily from the club host. You're not going to be able to ask for as much back on your end. But yeah, that's definitely something you want to do when you go into these clubs. You want to figure out, okay, how do I get my rake back? Because they got it to give out, my friends. But yeah, there's also other programs. You're going to find other agents that have like rake races as well too, where if you sign up under them, they might have like a free roll on a Sunday, or they might have some sort of gifts they give out, or they might have some sort of promotions that they give out. So you can find some agents that are going to take really good care of you, and they're going to give you bonuses. They're going to give you surprises. They're going to be good customer service. But yeah, sort of how it goes. Welcome to the private game world. Bum, bum, bum. Devil 4 Post said, I'd rather just buy shares in water. Heard it just went on the stock market, oil and gold. Yeah, is water on the stock market? I don't know that. I do not know that right now. Hey guys, thanks for tuning in, man. Daniel Negreanu versus Doug Polk. This is match 20. Doug entered today up about 814,000. 10,784 hands played so far, guys. And listen, we're closing in on that 12.5K halfway mark. At that point, we're going to find out if Daniel Negreanu will continue. I believe he will continue. And especially after today, when he's getting some momentum back on his side, and now he's got two sessions in a row where he's got some nice victories, maybe he'll be even more inclined to play. And maybe he might feel like he's got an edge over Doug Polk at this point in time. So, you never know. Roofing Slate says, I feel like Doug is playing light against D-Negs because they are near 12.5k hands. He's reeling the fish in. False sense of security for D-Negs. Then when he continues, it's game on, baby. I mean, you never know. That'd be pretty... You never know, right? Who knows? That'd be crazy, but certainly could take place. 4-bet right-hand side by Doug Polk. 4-betting once again. Daniel lays it down. 3-bet on the left-hand side. From Doug Polk, ace 8-8 board with 2 hearts. Doug's going to bet pretty small. Takes it down. Jacob Cole says, shout out to PokerNet Denmark, please. We send back a lot of run good. Shout out to PokerNet Denmark. Is that a media site? Is that a poker site? What does that mean? PokerNet Denmark. Please let me know. Leon Moore says, I'd say he has a massive edge over Polk right now. What are you basing that off of, Leon? What makes you, from watching this match, think that Daniel has a massive edge over Doug Polk? Because to me, yeah, I'm very curious how you guys figure that out, right? What makes you decide that? Fucking King 3. Right-hand side, bet and a call on the flop. Doug checks back the turn. Ace, 5, deuce. River's a 4. Rob Young says, I need a 4-bet alert emoji. Yes, I definitely do. That's a good point. Thank you, Rob. I'd write that down. Shout out to Rob Young in the chat. Watching this match, checking it out. Matt Blagg says, Daniel said he will play at least 25,000 hands. He said he would be down to play more hands against Doug or any other opponent. So, yeah, I mean, it does... Like, think about it. If you're Dan Negreanu, you've studied so much for this match that you've probably studied more heads up, no, and hold'em than a majority of poker players out there in the world. So I think I saw Garrett Adelstein commented he wants to play Daniel. So listen, if you can get people to line up and play you, I don't know, man. This might be a good opportunity for Daniel to try to make some money. Right-hand side, another check raise by Daniel. Could have King 3 here. If he's got King 3, I'm sending another $100 to somebody on Venmo, okay? He does lay it down. Nice hand. Nice hand, nice hand. So it does look like Daniel is going to keep playing past 25,000 hands. But that, I mean, that's what, that's what makes poker so fun is like a guy can win a couple sessions and then they can think they have an edge. You could lose a few sessions. You think you're one of the worst players of all time. I think we've all had that happen to us where we go on a few losing sessions and we are driving our car home or we're walking home and we're wondering if we even remember how to play poker. We're just thinking we're some of the worst players of all time. It's a very common mindset thing that happens to a lot of poker players out there. Left-hand side, Doug takes it down or with the Queen 3. Nice hand by him. But yeah, I think that happens to players over time, especially when you're on a downswing. It's real easy to start doubting your skill. I think we saw Daniel sort of do the opposite where he was trusting his skill. He just felt like he was getting really unlucky playing against Doug. So he felt like he's playing a lot better. Whereas some other players, when they run bad, they think, oh, I'm not playing well at all. When in reality, you might be playing well. You might be playing the hands correct. But that's how variance goes in poker, is that sometimes your opponents are going to get lucky. Sometimes they're going to show up with the top of their range. So part of the poker experience, being able to deal with that and be able to have the mental game and the mindfulness to recognize that in the moment, to have the support system around you and the friends around you. I mean, this is for anything you're learning or doing competitively. Right-hand side, bet for Daniel on the turn. King Jack, 6-3. Left-hand side, 3-bet pot. Doug checks it over to Daniel. Let's see what happens here. Daniel's going to bet 2,400. Right-hand side, King 6 for Doug. It's shown down. Another pot goes his way, 13.3K. Needs a lot of work on that right-hand table there, Supreme Leader. But every bit counts. Left-hand side, Doug. See what he does. 3-bet pot. 666 deep. Mark of the beast. Ay. Check raises. Here we go, guys. We could see a pretty big pot right now. So check raise. Last time we saw him check raise, 6-4-3, 2 clubs. He had pocket kings. Daniel had the pocket 5, so Daniel calls. Turns an ace. Mike's going to be an action killer here. If Doug has pocket kings now, pocket queens, What does he do? Does he check? Does he bet? 24,000 in the middle. I expect him to bet here. 58,000 behind. He does check. 111 for Daniel. We're getting offset numerology right now. See what Daniel does here. So Daniel called the 3-bet preflop. Called check raise on the flop. Checks back. The ace turn. Pretty action killer turn card. 7 on the river. So 10 jack gets there. It's straight. If one person may have had that. So let's see what Doug's going to do. He's in the tank. He does bet. Very small. 8,000 and 24,000. I wonder if this might induce something out of Daniel. So he check raises flop. Bets really small on the river. What is Daniel Negreanu going to do here? What if Daniel has queen 10? Is he going to go for it with queen 10? They're deep behind. This would be a huge bluff if he does check jam all in. $8,000 bet for the Supreme Leader. I'm afraid he does raise them here, man. Negreanu taking it to Polk today. Takes it down. $70,000 pot goes Dan Negreanu's way as he breaks in and steals another pot from Doug Polk. He extends that chip stack on the left-hand side. $142,000 for Daniel Negreanu on that left-hand table as it's been all D-negs today. Wow. It's a shirt unbuttoned. How unbuttoned is a shirt? I mean, I didn't mean for it to be that unbuttoned, guys. I'll be honest with you, man. Shout out to my man, Rob Young, man. Rob's in the chat watching this match. I know Rob wants to play a heads-up match, too. You know, that guy loves poker, loves battling, loves getting in the streets. He's played one of the biggest Potman Omaha cash game hands on televised poker history on that epic party poker big game up in Montreal. So maybe we'll see him in the challenge streets as well. Hakan Demarakan says, Joey, what do you think when you have a time limit but you're on a heater? That is a great question. As we see an overbet from Doug on the left-hand side. So Doug overbet the flop, overbets turn, takes it down. Basically, Hakan is saying that when you're doing well at live poker, or even online poker, when you're on a heater and you need to go somewhere. That's the problem with playing on time limits, is that if you can only play for 3 hours and you're crushing it, your table's good, your seat's good, it feels like one of the worst things of all time to leave that game. So sometimes you end up extending your stay, you miss the dinner reservation, you're late to see the kid, your friends, you leave your friends maybe at them. Yeah. That's why I don't set time limits, buddy. But if you have a time limit, you got to be pretty good at leaving when you say you're going to leave. I don't know, man. It's a good question. But how good's the game and what's the occasion? You know what I'm saying? I think some events you have and some occasions you have, you can maybe push back a little bit. What do you guys think in the chat? You guys tell me what you think about that question. If you're on a time limit but you're on a heater, how good's the game? That's what I want to know. And how much of a heater are we on? Left-hand side, 3-bet pot by Doug Polk. Bet small on the flop, king 3-3. Turn is a queen of diamonds. Let's see if Daniel puts the pressure on here. The pressure cooker, Daniel Negreanu. He does check back. River's a 5. Doug might feel compelled to bluff here. Rob Young said he's actually playing this match. I do believe, 5-4. I was going to say 5-4 makes a pair here on the river if Doug made 5-4. But he does take down a pot. Nice hand. Daniel must have had like a hand like ace high. Richie Lackey says, please come up with more graphics. They are hilarious. Richie, I have about 1,000 graphics behind. So I'm definitely ready. We're going to be getting some new graphics kind of coming up here soon. Kinora says, we're back. Love the shirt, Joey. Thank you very much. Beautiful textured outdoor shirt here. I love it. Nice short sleeve. Show off the biceps a little bit too. Listen, man. You can't always wear long sleeve shirts. Sometimes got to work in some short sleeve shirts. Paul Martinez, just want to tell you, Joey, you do a great job. Thank you so much. Thank you, Paul. I appreciate it, man. We're out here trying. We're out here battling. We're out here putting in our all on these efforts on these shows. So it's been a lot of fun. Appreciate you guys being there to watch it. Rob Young said, I think Rob Young's betting on this challenge. I think he said he's betting on Daniel Negreanu. So I don't know if he's got a bet on the entire match or if he has if he is betting on Daniel being the winner, if he got 4-1 odds. Like, I'm not sure what exactly the context of the bet he made is. But yeah, a lot of people out there have been betting this match. Most people bet Doug, but a few people bet Daniel. Left-hand side, Daniel shows down a nice pot. 3K goes his way. Grant Hutchinson says, stay on the heater, Joey. Don't leave. He's just happy to just move over 10,000 profit. Nice to hear, Grant. Grant said he just officially went over 10,000 profit playing average buy-in tournaments of $5.69. 4,133 tournaments. That's a lot of tournaments, buddy. But nice work. Congratulations. I mean, you got 10,000 profit. You can basically go sell action. Anybody you want now, huh? Right-hand side, big check raised by Doug on the river. Queen 8-4-6-3. So he's saying he's got a king of hearts, ace of hearts. What would we be bluffing here with? Maybe like a deuce of hearts, a 3 of hearts, king 3 with 3 of hearts in his hand. Maybe he turns that into a bluff. I don't know why that hand bluffs, but just remember I went over one hand where the 3 of hearts made a check raise here. It was pretty weird. So Daniel's in the tank. What could he be thinking about here, guys? Jack of hearts, maybe. 9 of hearts. You guys know 4 hearts on the board, 1 heart in your hand equals a flush. Left-hand side, 3-bet pot for Doug. Right-hand side, Daniel's tanking. So Daniel bet half. I mean, would he ever do this with like a 2 pair? I don't think so. So Daniel's in the tank. Doug's tempting to back up the truck. I'm scared to even use the emoji because he keeps losing when I do that. Left-hand side 3-bet and a C-bet small. $2,400 and the 7-7 deuce. 2 heart board. How's Daniel going to handle this? Tank's down once again. I feel like big pot energy. I mean, there's hard to have a big pot energy on the 7-7 deuce, but Daniel does call. Turns to 3. Both players are going to have a bunch of BS here. Let's see what happens. Rob Young said he's waiting for his child. That's true, Mrs. Rob Young, pregnant with another child over there in the Rob Young household. Chance Corneth as well. Just had his first child with his beautiful wife, Emily. Chance obviously is playing Phil Galfon in the Galfon Challenge, heads up PLO match. I'm going to start doing some more content about that, kind of covering that, help them get their challenge out there. Phil Galfon just had a podcast done about him on The Ringer, and it basically talked about the Galfon Challenge, the first match. I was on there. I talked with the guy who created it. I think his name's David Hill, and it was a lot of fun watching that back, reliving that experience. We might have that here. I don't know, guys. Listen, Danny Negreanu comeback. It's possible, man. Ryan Crump says, how's the action been today? The action today has been all on Danny Negreanu's side. He's killing it so far. And, yeah, man, he's putting on a show today. Looks like that break really paid off for him. They took like maybe a 7 to 10 day break or something like that. But, yeah, all the poker players having babies now, guys. It's kind of weird. I might need to pop one out here. 3-bet left-hand side, right-hand side. Doug bet the river, 2,900. Left-hand side. Daniel continuation bets. Jack 7-4. Rainbow board. Starting to get a little deeper there, guys. 61,000 behind. We're not seeing a ton of raises on Jack 7-4. The only raise I think we've seen on Jack 7-4 3-bet pot was the hand earlier where I said we're not going to see a raise. So Doug does call. $19,000 in the pot. About 2.5 stack to pot ratio here. No, a little more than that. Daniel bets big on the turn, takes it down. Very nice hand. Dalo says, you are hopping the booth for a few minutes on Tuesday with me to talk about it for the Heads Up PLO match. Yeah, you guys are doing commentary on Twitch. Yeah, man, the Heads Up, that Galfon Challenge, man, we got to get that Galfon Challenge a little bit more attention. You know, 2 great players, 2 of the best players in America, battling it out at Heads Up PLO high stakes. Definitely got to get in the ring, make some content about that. A lot of things I want to make content about. A lot of things happen up there, man. Neymar signed with Poker Stars. You got Rob Young working hard with Party Poker. They got an upcoming event going on. You got Dan Bilzerian and GG Poker. A lot of good things happening out there in the poker world. It seems like Poker King's doing some stuff. High Stakes Poker's back. We got the main event coming up, final table this month. Hall of Fame, World Series of Poker going down. Daniel playing Doug here. A lot of things happening up there right now, guys. In the poker world. Silver Fox says, watching from Malaysia, Poppy. Far and away best stream of the match. Much love, Silver Fox. Thank you. Rob Young asked the people if they love me. Jeez. I'm sure some don't, some love, some don't. Left-hand side, C-bet and a call on the 9-4-6 rainbow board. Turns of 4. Doug going to be able to put some pressure on the situation. Daniel leads. We haven't seen this yet. I just commented earlier in the match that we have not seen. We've not seen Daniel check call and then lead a board pairing car like this. I can't get to. Oh my God. Jesus Christ. $50 in the pot. Sorry, guys. Got someone texting me. Who could it be? Daniel going to bet the river. So he check call flop, bet the river. A lot of draws missed there, but he does take it down. Nice hand. Tree Poker. What's going on, buddy? MK. What's happening? What's happening? Love, but not in love. It's okay. Cass says, how do you deal with downswings? You grind through downswings. Come on, man. You keep working. I think from downswings, it's really good to take a break as well, too. Like, one of my biggest regrets I have is that I didn't take breaks enough during my big downswings, and I compounded them. So a 10 buy-in downswing would turn into a 25 buy-in downswing because I've just played a lot of hands. I played a lot of tables. I wasn't necessarily... I would game select less and play for longer sessions when I sometimes would not necessarily be in my A-game mindset. So I think for downswings these days, it's a lot easier to work on your game. It's a lot easier to have a community of people to be able to kind of reassure you that you're playing hands well. You can kind of go over your hands and all, but sometimes you really just need a break, man. You need a break. You can drop down stakes as well too. That was something I like to do as well. Drop down stakes, get some confidence back. Left hand side. Another pot. Goes Doug's way. So Doug clawing back a little bit here, guys. He could try to win a he could try to get something out of here, man. He could try to get a big pot out of here and maybe claw back, but it doesn't look like he's going to be taking the win for this session. Marty Rose said 50 buy-in downswing days aren't standard. No, they aren't. Yeah, I can't believe I look back on my career at some of the crazy moments I had, upswings and downswings, and losing 50 buy-ins in a session. Yeah, that was not a. I was playing out of my mind. 3-betting 30% plus. Yeah, wasn't good. But yeah, that was a long time ago. It was like 2009, 2008, something like that. Man, Doob says keep hydrated. Agree. Make sure you guys are drinking your water, getting hydrated out there. Chris Tickner with the 5 Canadian donation. Joe, I'm looking forward to seeing your Relearning Hold'em series. Thank you very much for the donation. Should I do that? I don't know, man. Should I really put up a Relearning Hold'em series? It sounds fun. Nothing brewing here, guys. Daniel, check raising once again on a paired board. We saw him do that multiple times. Takes it down. Macy J says, definitely love Joey. Been thinking about longer message to you. Thank you for all the content. Truly amazing. Remember the old days. Sean Lafort, Ben 1, Ben 2. So much life value. I agree. Podcast has been a lot of value for me to do too. Getting to talk to a lot of people that are passionate about all these different areas of life, who are also successful in poker, who are, attempt to be smart, intelligent, and try to do things well in other areas of their life, learning about nutrition, learning about mindset, learning about the way that they approach these different situations, learning about the way that they use their poker success outside of the actual game of poker. Sean Lafort, more of a, Casanova of the Toronto area, one of the first guests of all time, big workout guy. Ben Tollerane, big workout guy, but a little bit more quiet, a little more introverted. Both very smart people with nice perspective on things. So yeah, those were some real fun podcasts, man. But I'm telling you right now that I'm excited to get back to doing the podcast. I feel like we're going to do some good stuff. Once I start again, I'm going to try to be pretty consistent with at least 1 or 2 a week for, basically not going to be taking many breaks with the podcast anymore once I get back to it. Gearing up, man. Got to prepare myself for the grind. Prepare myself for the grind, please. Yeah, especially when you're trying to do a lot of content, when you're just putting a lot of hours in work, you get burnt out pretty easily, man. So you need to have the right infrastructure in place. You need to have supportive people around you. You can't have an unsupportive girlfriend around you who is trying to fuck with you and your focus as often as they can. And so this time around it's going to be a little different. Queen, queen 5, left-hand side, 3-bet pot. Jonathan D says all those podcasts were super smart and super smart, interesting people were cool. You also did one with that moron Grimstar. He was even pretty cool. Well, Grimstar's the man, so let's not talk shit about my man Grimstar. Left-hand side, 3-bet pot by Daniel. Checks it over to Doug. Queen, queen 5, 2 hearts. Doug bets small. And Daniel does check call. Turns to 7 hearts. Let's see what happens here. So Daniel check calls. Going to be slow playing some queens. Going to have pocket pairs above 5. Yeah, I mean, listen, guys. How can you do well at your passion and your career if you are with someone who doesn't support you? In terms of, like, they don't like what you do, you know, like they just give off vibe, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're around them all the time during lockdown, coronavirus. Like, you know what I mean? It's just challenging. Right-hand side, big check raised by Daniel. Left-hand side, another bet and a call. So Daniel looking to add to his lead here. The pots are firing up right now, boys. Big check raised down the right. He's saying he's got a full house. Maybe he's got 6-5 as a bluff. Left-hand side, pocket kings for Daniel. Really, really weird played pocket kings there by Daniel Negreanu. He is attempting to take every line in the book here as he takes on another pot. He's up to 150,000 on the left. Right-hand side, Doug's in the tank. He might be feeling it today. Daniel's had his way with him. The smoke clears up as the fireman, Daniel Negreanu. Absolutely about to hit fire mode if he takes this pot down. So big check raise, 21.5K. What does Doug have? A flush? He calls 4-5 versus a flush. There we go. Just like that. Supreme leader catches a bluff. That makes sense. 5-6, 4-5 for Mr. Daniel Negreanu. As Doug Polk gets a little pot back, up to 84,000 there. Let's pull up that replayer of the day, sponsored by... We don't got a sponsor for this one, actually, guys. Let's pull up that replay. That was a very interesting hand right there. We're going to give Doug a rocket ship. Listen, man, the guy needs something. He needs something. Supreme leader, back in the house. He woke up today with the action, takes down a nice pot himself. And listen, man, we got to put this crowd. We got to try to do something here. And they're both sitting out. Well, that's weird. Daniel speeding around. 4-5. Hey, I'm going to raise it up with the 4-5, buddy. What are you going to do about it? I'm going to call you. I've got 3-9. I've got a flush. Nice hand there for Mr. Doug Polk. Let's kind of pull that one up. We got the king's hand. I mean, that was interesting as well, too. So here we go. Replay of the day. Singer raise pot. Doug flops the flush. Min bets it. Daniel check raises his bottom 2 pair. Gets called. Okay. It's a very weird hand. He bets 1/3 on the turn. Gets called. River is a jack. And he check pots it. I mean, that's a very fucking weird hand. Very strange hand there. And Doug takes it down. 3-9 of clubs. Listen, man. Very nice hand for Supreme Leader. They're both sitting out, guys. I don't know what's happening with these guys now. They're both sitting out, but we got some more shout-outs to give out there. As we put... Wait, that's it? Wait, that's it, guys. The match is done. Daniel Negreanu appears to have quit. that is it, guys. So Daniel Negreanu, looks like he maybe won about, I'd say maybe took down about 150 today, guys. $150,000. If you enjoyed the stream, make sure you smash that like button below. Appreciate it very much if you're able to do that. And listen, man, it's been fun hanging out with you guys. It's listen, Johnny Dempsey, I agree with you, buddy. Is Landon joining Wednesday? He might be able to join. Maybe we'll get him call in. You know what? Maybe we'll get my man Rob Young in for Wednesday's match. If you know what? If we get the stream on Wednesday, we'll get my man Rob Young in the house. So I appreciate you guys for tuning in. Appreciate it very much for all the comments, all the questions. It's been a lot of fun, man. What's the biggest poker story of 2020? Jason Hungle asks. Probably Phil Galfon's comeback. I think that's one of the biggest stories of the year. And yeah, man, I appreciate you guys very much. It's been a lot of fun. Daniel Negreanu, definitely up today. Maybe up about 3-4 buy-ins. I'd say between $120,000 and $160,000. Carl Robinson, appreciate you, man. Gamey Carnage, GG, great stream as always, Joey. Thank you very much, man. Jow, Mike W, Grant Hutchinson, Cody Williams. Thank you, guys. Let's have a good night, man. I'm gonna get to working out. I'm gonna try to be healthy tonight. Work on my content. Work on my stream. Prepare today for tomorrow, and that's what I got. So Daniel wins $120,000. Peace out, everybody. Take care. Cat Jam returns.